everyone to the Smite World Championship at Hi-Rez Expo, presented by Twitch Prime. Golden Boy on the desk here. And
I haven't watched this back in a while.
Semi-finals between Soar and Aware Gaming should be a great matchup. Joining me though on the desk is the one and only Anatoly and Zaxi. How you guys?
Zaxi, bro. Dude, I had such a good time with Zaxi. Zaxi is a great person, bro. If you guys remember him on Xbox, he was an ADC. He teamed with me later down the road. We had some teams we played. That guy is awesome. He's so funny. He's so cool. We talk about football. I mean, he's just a good dude in general. I've always loved talking shit with him. We've been to a couple lands. It was crazy. Dude, the Xbox run was amazing. Like, if it was so much fun. Like console, like how many LANs we played back to back to online tournaments, back to back to playing worlds. Like it was so much competing. It felt like I was like a true competitor. Like I was like not like flying out like once every month and a half. It's wild.
And the PC quite spectacularly, I would say, and now ready for some console action.
Yeah, first time here at Worlds for me. A lot of great games today, so I'm excited about this set also.
Nice, man. It's an awesome, of course,
exactly.
joining us here on the analyst desk, and I'm looking forward to hearing your insight into these players and teams. But you know, guys,
I want to know what Zaxi says about me.
There's just a lot of cool ways that not only can you get free stuff by watching event.
Oh, look, this is when you get the Twitch Janice. Holy shit, it was that world. Wild to think, chat.
Because
Coke partner.
Conversions in my head. I'm not a very good
sheesh.
Don't worry, I gotta do these conversions in my head. All right.
Totally was, yeah. I was boys with Totally. I worked out with him. I've known him literally. If Totally sees me, last time he's like when he sees me, bro, he's like yeah, like he's like that with me. Like bro, we're boys. He's a really good heart, bro. It's cool.
Possible. A lot of their teammates will be around backing them up as well. That just made a statement in the SC and now qualifying.
Look, Layers, fucking Baronic. These two were always. I won Worlds with them after on console. Because I literally saw their potential. Like, I was like, yo, these guys are fucking monsters. I mean, the other people were pretty decent, but like, I saw like their potential was just so like peak.
Yeah, kind of a Cinderella story, you know, came up through the Challenger Cup. A lot of people underestimate these guys, myself included, but you play against them, and these guys are for real, man. These rookies, they can really play.
The synergy is just there for Aware, and there's also a lot of synergy coming out of Soar Gaming. You know, the cousins, Elbro Chacho and El Chapo, they always go hand in hand.
Look what Zaxi's laughing, because we're boys. I'm sure he's cheesing, because, bro, the nights before, we were having a fucking great time, bro. Like, we were turning up. Like, we were focused for, like, ready to play. You know, we, like, clocked out, like, at 12 o'clock. Make sure we're, like, up and early, like, around 8 or 9. Well, bro, those worlds were crazy. Like, everyone's in two hotels. And everybody's in the lobby. Every single player in there loves Smite compared to like other expos. I mean, this one, the most recent one was pretty cool. I mean, it's just our own little place. But this time there was just more people, and the expo was, I don't know, it was magical.
Yeah, I mean, El Chapo, when he first started out, he was known as kind of this hot-headed player. Would go deep a lot of times for kills, just making, you know, aggressive plays for no reason. But now he's matured as player.
Zaxi giving me that.
More about calculated aggression now, so he won't go too deep. He'll make sure his team is following up off whatever he has, and he's just really matured.
Oh shit, chat!
You can tell that through his gameplay.
And I would also say he has a lot of great leadership aspects about his shot calling, always trying to make
had the earrings, chat.
Calculated plays, like you mentioned. On top of this, he also is very vocal against the enemy team whenever given the opportunity. If you ever heard him at a LAN, at the last SCL Falls Play LAN, he was just screaming at the top of his lungs. He almost threw the controller on the floor after a win.
Well, as a console guy, you know.
Yeah, that's too funny. Literally, at the fucking at that LAN that we played before to quality into this one, the playoffs, bro. The booths are right in front of each other, and like, you know, I'm a competitor, like in sports, you know, if you hear me, if I'm fucking cooking, like you're gonna hear me, same thing. Like, and so back then, like you could literally hear each other. Now it's two different booths. I mean, you can throw up like a fuck you, but you get fined. Plus, it doesn't do anything. You know, so like, but back then the day, bro, you're right there. It'd be like, bro, you're literally first blood. You'd be like, you're shit, bro. Like, you're fucking ass, bro. Bro, one time we got fined, bro. Me, Ozzy, and Bro Chacho got fined.
I've broken quite a few actually.
That's so hilarious.
Event a long time ago. You know, I was a young kid, just came off of a big win, so excited, and I actually flicked my controller across the building. That's just right across the room.
Should have aimed at Gandhi.
Stuff.
Because changes now having. I think
Look
this
what we're
matchup is
watching.
related. Right? Yeah, they both live.
This one they were talking. Literally, totally was talking about me and Bro Chacho. Like, oh, the cousin combo. You gotta be careful. And Zaxi literally cheeses right away.
Each other. They live down in Miami. They always.
He says, yo, they live down in Miami. They work out. They're the close combo. That's too funny.
Out together, you know, these guys embrace a similar lifestyle as well, so they always have a great synergy and chemistry in and out of Smite.
Nice.
Yeah, when talking to Chapo, you know, 2 days ago or so, he said, you know, it's crazy playing Smite with. He's been playing Smite with Bro Chacho for so long. He said, you know, it's almost like our brains are on the same wavelength. You know, they're both thinking the same thing. You know, one of them might not say it, but he's ready to follow up because the other one's thinking it too. You know, it's just that synergy, that chemistry they developed. You know, just by playing with each other for so long.
And that's why they're so successful right now in the console scene. You know, at the beginning of the year, everyone expected Soar to be able to just top the charts, and then we saw Team Allegiance being able to dominate that. It was one game, unfortunately, that Keeks may cost them to qualify for that SCL Summer Finals, but bouncing back after making some roster changes, now having a very dedicated core 5 members, they're able to qualify to Worlds.
Iris. So if they do it.
Now, I mean, on both sides, right, of the stage, you have 2 teams going start to the good to the
Look at Ozzy. Look how young Ozzy looks.
Baby.
all 5 of you. I'm kidding.
Baby Ozzy.
This is real console hours right now.
That is
Oh my
actually
God,
very
he looks
true.
so
Hey,
Fucking Ozzy, bro. I love Ozzy. That's my boy.
Of the night.
Yeah, we
guys,
love Ozzy.
welcome back.
Ozzy's my goat.
Get ready for the picks and bans. Here we go. Who do you see going out first here? How does the meta differ from PC to console?
Normally, a lot of people will try to synergize big
Ozzy.
areas of effect ultimates on top of each other in console just to be able
We played
to win
Overwatch
some of
like
these
last
team
week.
fights. But against these 2 teams, I'm expecting a lot
Wait,
of
there's layers?
contention
Yeah.
around jungle picks between Chaotic Purpose and El Chapo. Their god pool is very similar.
Who's that?
Very similar. They both love the Thor. They'll play the Susano. They love the Rat. Those global ultimates really, they like to gank early. So yeah, I would like, I'd like to see Thor maybe here. I know Chapo is not scared the first pick out Quang either, so we could see the first pick out Quang here.
Surprising target fan of the soul from
You're
Sword
so
Gaming, trying to take that
cute.
option away from Cameron and Baronic too, because
Al Quang first pick. Fucking put my dick in their faces, bro.
First.
You're
That's
so
savage. I forgot. I didn't even
Yeah,
know he
I
did that.
When I said, aren't you scared of getting invaded? The Ao Quang, you know, with his early game being so weak, he said, no, I'll play around it. Just give me Ao Quang. I'll carry the game.
He always has backup plans no matter what. Whether or not he plays aggressive, he's not going to play very aggressive.
Oh my
in the
God,
early
Eric. No, Eric
game
looks
with
the
his
same.
Al
You
Yeah,
gotta
Eric-
look older.
Yeah, Eric looks the same.
Oh my God.
Your third item online,
It's
you
'cause
get
he
the
got
Flying
even
Avocado,
better
then you
shape.
look for the plays, but like we mentioned before, now Zeus and
This
Sylvanas for
doesn't
Aware
look
game.
older at
Odin.
all. What
Great.
the fuck?
Oh, in the counter to Zeus Sylvanas still.
Yeah, Aware has a very aggressive mid comp right now. Zeus Sylvanas, a lot of pressure in the mid lane. They're going to run
Willix.
Willix
Oh, that's
as
such a
well
good
with the
pick.
Sylvanas knock-up. And just big circles there. Once
They're
again,
all
for
like,
Soar, you got the
yeah,
Syl ult
Willix.
circle, Odin ult circle. Ao Quang ability is pretty hard to miss.
And more importantly, this Odin pick is trying to really shut down Baronic.
Shadow
in the
so
mid lane,
young.
Right? You
Yeah.
don't want to let him get off. I think.
By the way, chat, for this tournament, Aggro sold us. But it was 100% fair, and I love Aggro to the death of me. He's literally one of my close friend for sure throughout my life. And, but like, he got offered to cast. So, dude, there was one game. One of our players, Keegs, you might know him, you might not, whatever. He didn't show up for a game. He was late. So we lost one game in the best of 3 when all we needed to do was win 1 in that point system, and we qualified to go to LAN. And then after we lost that, Aggro goes to like be one of the side, people that analyze the game as a player. Then they realize Aggro's the GOAT, right? Because he is. And then they're like, yo, you need a cast for Smite. And then he calls me, and I'm like, talking about the team. Like, we were cooking. Like, we were one of the best teams by far. Like, our scrims were crazy. Our synergy, me, Brachacho, Aggro, and then Ozzy, our synergy was, like, insane. We, like, always went through different ADCs. But, like, bro, our 4 synergy was, like, untouchable. And then Aggro gets he calls me. He's like, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna go cast for Iris, bro. Like, and I'm sorry, and I wanted to call you first and tell you, bro, because I know we work super hard together." I remember even where I was in fucking Kendall in my car, and then fucking I was like, "Yeah, bro, I completely understand, bro. Like that's what you studied, that's what you're good at. Go for it." And then he ended up being one of the best casters, if not the best caster.
Zeus is probably like one of his top 3 picks.
Yeah, as well.
Neat. Wow, this meta is different.
Easily go to him as well.
Yeah, Brochacho has one of the most unique god pools of all the supports. He can play a lot of weird stuff, but he also plays.
That's from Dota, by the way. The reason Eric plays weird fucking shit is because like our stance on MOBAs was always like, if they're not expecting what you're doing in terms of like theory crafting and meta, like they don't know how to play against it. So the way they normally play is not effective versus what you play. So we played like, you know, that's how we did our picks and bans. So we had like really deep god pools. We did like Fenner's, Athena swaps and jungle support, things of that nature. Odin.
Things that are in the
but
map.
here I first
So
pick
you
AO.
can't
Like I don't
really
give a
ban him
fuck.
out, but they want to take away. They obviously don't want to see his Ymir or his Ares. Both guys.
Ares
very
and Ymir,
strong
they
picks, so
respect
I like the
bans
bans there
for.
Yeah,
And
I
now
like the
Neith
ban.
and
I like the
Hui
ban.
from Sword
Oh, you
trying
can't
to
see
target
it.
away from Cameron, but we haven't really seen much Neith from him, I'm expecting.
No, not. He did play it a lot earlier in the season, but he's been favoring the Soul. You know, we saw the
More than anything else.
Over that.
Rest. Sorry, Cage.
Ah, cute.
Yeah, Odin the Willix. Very strong invade, very strong level 1.
Cupid
so
Guan, look
I'm
at
excited to see.
the Guan, I
guarantee-
think.
I can
Oh,
almost
we
guarantee
moved
they're gonna
Odin
invade,
over
so we'll
to
see
solo
how Sora
because we can't
responds
have
to
it.
that.
Cannot
Dude, that's
allow
crazy how
El
deep we
Chapo
thought
to get
draft.
off any sort of start or momentum, so that wouldn't be a bad.
Look how young right here, I think.
To put you where.
2017.
It's
And
2017.
now, Dr.
No,
L
I'm saying.
locking in Osiris last pick for Aware. Trying to figure out whether or not it's going to be the Odin or the Guan Yu, but I
Make
like
the
the
same
option. He could use
faces.
his ultimate both offensively or defensively just to get away from the cage. He's going to be able to limit the healing, so it's going to negate
I
some of the
love it.
hearts from the Cupid. And it's going to this year. Yeah, coming.
Put this out.
Well,
Looking like a
who do you
bad
have going
thing.
real quick?
Who's a
I
bad
think
thing?
that Sora is going to be able to take this one. I really like the Odin pick against the composition from Aware.
I'm going with Sora.
Soar. All right,
Double
there
Soar,
you
let's
have it.
go.
The desk is unified. Let's go ahead and get ready to send
we
it
were
off
like
to our
18, no?
casters for our first match.
No,
Guys,
I was 20.
Ready to
I don't
close
remember.
out your
Was that
night with our
17? Do
first
the math, I don't know.
semi match for
Yo,
Xbox.
Tricks,
We
aggro,
got
let's
Sword
go.
Gaming versus
Tricks,
Aware.
my
How you guys
dog,
feeling about
bro.
this tonight?
I'm ready to go. I've
We're
been ready
21.
for so long. I was so excited about this.
And
match
aggro
all
at this
day.
point,
Unfortunate delays, but
Dude,
now that
so
we're here,
that whole
it's there to
story
build
that I gave you,
anticipation.
he cast our game after that story that I gave you. That he was supposed to be on our team. We were supposed to go to Worlds.
Yeah.
And then we didn't. And he goes to casting, and then he ends up casting me and Eric's game. Like the storyline behind that was so sick.
You know, just get us even more ready.
Yeah, it's my first Xbox game casting, so I'm super excited for this game.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Both of these teams have quite some big personalities. Good bit of history coming out there, too. Quite a few familiar names for aggro here.
Yeah, my former teammates, you know. I was teammates with Uzi, Chapo, Brochacho. I know a lot of the guys unaware. Kenshin's been around for a long time. I've gotten to know a couple of those guys as well. So, I mean, these are the teams that deserve to be here along with Eager.
The
and
Tricks
Elite
was the
that
last
we'll see
Worlds.
tomorrow
I chose
evening.
him there.
Really excited to see these two get at it.
Yeah, and you've been saying that Chapo.
I'm coping. I'm coping. Tricks, no. Look, he didn't know me
So
here.
him being on a hyper carry might be really good for Sora.
That's
Very well
crazy,
could be,
bro.
but I'm worried about this invade early on for Aware.
That's
just because of how
crazy, bro.
aggressive
Like, I
that
met him
right side
after
of the
that,
map
like
is
like
with
boys,
Curry.
like
That's
literally
what
like
we're talking
boys.
about there. Willish Osiris, a great.
Look at this
invade
meta,
proposition.
5v5,
I
bro.
really like the Willie's pick overall coming out for Aware. It counters the Scylla, it counters the Odin, but also gives a lot of pressure onto the Kwang in the early game.
And that's very difficult to play the Odin up against that Willish because your main source of damage, that bird bomb, is completely negated by gravity surge. Like you said, I like the Odin.
Look how
pick, but
wild
at
this
the
meta
same
is.
time,
Brochacho
the fact
saw
that
all of
Willish is
them.
Open, I love the draft
Oh
from Aware.
shit.
This seems like such a messy start already, and it looks like Brochacho already off by himself. Almost got caught between 4 members of Aware. Got his hind kicked a little bit there, but gonna go ahead and back off.
Forced to get his dash there as well, and that's very
Boots,
important
boots,
because
boots,
Guan
boots.
is very reliant on that Talu Assault in the early game to help clear the wave, to help clear
a
the
little
buffs.
bit.
And Trix, you can talk to me. You play a lot of Guan Yu support. Do you get the dash at level 2, or you usually look for that
Nah,
heal?
that's 3.
Oh, I usually get the heal when I'm in lane, but sometimes if I want to go aggressive, I take the 2. Having his 2 in the start here is not the end of the world, though.
Looking at all these wards just peppered across
We
the
do
map.
it-
That's
you
exactly
ca-
what they
it-
wanted
no,
to get
it's
around,
there.
get some vision. What
Med
is going
beads,
to
beads,
give
hog.
Just information, and you can see exactly what they're looking for. You can see Dr. L along with Chaotic Purpose coming around this right-hand side looking for the invade, but Soar was ready for it. Brochacho is there with them, and they're going to the other side.
And we've seen this a lot from
Yeah.
TC as well.
We talked about this strat. Look how crazy this strat is, Chad. Look how crazy his early game. So we know they're gonna 3-man invade speed with Osiris and a Willix. You never win that, right? So we had to get something on the map if they're gonna get double camps. So we went on their side to get it.
Whenever they invade the enemy team invaded the speed buff, they go straight for the blue buff. Really smart play.
They're just going to trade off, but it looks like it's going to get 2 buffs for Aware down on the enemy side, so we're only going to be able to leave with 1.
This is a really bad Odin game. I feel bad for Uzi.
They do lose the left side mid camps.
But he's a goat.
To the rest of Soar, but like you said, Tiger, 2 for 1 as far as the buffs go, and you expect with the clear that they have, both in the middle lane and on the right-hand side.
Actual MOBA type shit, Exactly,
Zergy. Their own speed buff. Really no danger of losing that.
And on this right side of the map, they're free to go ahead and take out these mid camps and fire elementals as well, which is huge. It's just every little bit counts, especially in this beginning of the game. Aware is slowly ticking forward.
But I think Soar just want to slow pace this game. They don't want to give kills up. They don't want to give too much up. They just want to stay kind of equal because they have a really late game oriented team comp. So I just think
I can't wait to see the camera.
Their late game.
Uzi's played recently with me, but he hasn't been streaming. I can't hear.
It's kind of different from what we've seen Soar throughout the past.
These are very experienced players, and they're very momentum based on Soar. There's no doubt about that. But they don't need to get a first blood in the first minute and a half. That's not the way they work. They're very comfortable waiting until the mid game, understanding their team composition. That's something that they've improved at greatly during this season, is playing to their team comp strengths. And that's what I like about this draft, is that they've got a nice balance of late and early game. It's mostly late.
First pick AO is savage.
But you've also got some early game there. You've got the Odin, which has great clear, and you've got the Cupid in the duo lane.
Cameron almost barely missing that heart bomb. That would have really hurt. Instead, Soar just putting on the pressure. We
Stormy was a nice kid
in the early game, but now we're starting to see that in the duo.
So talk to me about this roaming support sort of meta trick. So how do you know where you want to be whenever you're not sitting in the duo lane, right?
I haven't played the support meta too much, but what I've seen is basically support running around with the mid lane, trying to keep him safe, clearing the wave. But hold that thought.
Yeah, here on the left-hand side, Cameron eats the heart bomb, gonna eat the stun as well, but knows he's not in too much danger, saves that purification. A lot of pressure being put on this left-hand side.
Yeah, I do miss his map, miss his times. This is crazy.
Down. Like I said, Cupid, early game god, can try and make plays. I like the fact that Brochacho is spending some time over there.
Cupid might be an early game god overall, but then again, Rama have the better clear, so I think overall this lane is going to go straight to the Rama, and I'm going to be scared of the Rama, whether he's going to out-rotate the Cupid, so they're going to look for that.
Looking for the rotations here. Already seen a 3.
The old Odin 3.
Back over to these fire elementals. Aware putting a lot of priority on these little camps, the mid harpies as well as the fire elementals.
Chaotic Purpose now hitting level 5, a little bit ahead of Chopper.
Oh, that gold call.
The experience of Soar.
Oh wait, Chad, come on, wait.
Where is gonna be?
Go on. That's MOBA.
Check it. This is gonna go the way of Soar.
The wards have just gone down. They know because they had put some down at the same exact
And we're
time.
back.
No vision. There was no
200 gold.
where to even come
We're down 600.
to try and stop that.
Just a great call by Soar overall. They have no hawk, and they still did it because they knew they had no vision whatsoever.
Chat.
The problem with this is that they aren't going to be here to defend this speed buff. Uzi in a ton of trouble on the right-hand side.
No jump. Oh, that grab. That grab.
Pulled back in, and Baronic able to pick up the first blood.
First blood going to Aware 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the game.
So that's the thing I want to talk about. Doing the goal free so early, you're not going to get too much gold. So actually giving up your whole right side, it's not worth getting a goal free for because you're going to get more.
We were down 600.
Exactly. By giving up 2 buffs, it's actually worth more gold because it's
if Uzi didn't die, it would have been fine, I think.
On paper, you're guaranteed your own buffs, but by taking away the enemy team.
This was peak murder ball. Bro, look at our builds. All right, so you guys want to hear some backstory or just keep watching? Because there is some backstory to this meta that was crazy how it ended up being.
I wanna first the neat clip. You want that game to post it?
Yeah. All right, so for Parliament then. All right, so I get to the hotel. I get there. I'm there with Jeff Hindla and Bera. And I'm talking to Jeff because I'm boys with Jeff at the time. And I'm like, bro, he's like, bro, have you seen the crazy meta? And I'm like, has your scrims been crazy? And I was like, we're not playing each other, right? So we can kind of share ideas. We can kind of talk like, oh, what's happening with you? Because if you're competing, you might compete versus everyone in that tournament. Other than we were console and they were PC. So we knew we'd never talk to each other. So we actually, there was like group messages between console, like alliances between console and PC, like with like, oh, yo, what do you guys think? Is this what's happening? What do your scrims look like? Like, what's happening in the meta? And then Jeff is like, bro, they're invading level 1 5-man. And we're like, me and Eric are like, fuck, that sounds like super 50-50, super risky. I'm like, do we, you know, our guns were like mid-late game. We were really good at macro mid-late game. But then we were like, fuck, should we just go like super like early game? And then they did. Look at their whole comp just clears fast and fights early. And I was like, no, we can play late.
It's a double swing.
But we ended up losing finals because they ran at us with 5-man. They knew our strat of going to blue, and then they countered it, and we changed. Like, we tried adapting to their shit. It was wild.
Gold Fury, that's up in the air.
But I feel like we choked though.
Exactly.
It wasn't like micro. It was like choke.
Pressure on the map. So meanwhile, they're doing the Gold Fury, Aware can just take all the pressure on the map.
Now, how are SOAR going to be able to reinstate that pressure? They had a little bit, but they completely lost it after that mix-up on the left side.
I think that we could see Uzi make a rotation towards the middle lane and look to really pick off Kenshin on that Sylvanas. In fact, Kenshin hasn't even backed yet. Neither has Baronic. If Uzi's able to make a rotation into the middle lane and get that cage
that's
down,
a really good ward.
Kenshin's got nowhere to go.
You got the blue
Kenshin
again?
does have that
Okay,
shell, and that's going to come in big. He's going to look to use that as soon as he gets caged, because otherwise he's stuck in there. You know, he's got nowhere to go.
Speaking of stuck, that was almost an issue for Dr. L, but going to be away just fine. Does notice rotations coming out from SOAR. They're going to try to break this pattern that Aware had by starting to take these buffs for themselves.
Aware needs to start playing a little bit more aggressive because they're just getting online so soon, and so they need to put the pressure on. I think that Willix needs to go to the solo lane and try to kill this Odin because he's trying to counter him and he have no beats.
Exactly, I agree with you, Trix. Seeing Chaotic Purpose make a rotation to this right-hand side would be very well timed at this stage because Odin has absolutely no additional defense, and he has to jump to clear the wave or run away from you. So you have to have that pressure.
Uzi already feeling the pressure himself, forced to use the cage, but here comes Alquan coming in. The beautiful
I actually need to hold my illusion.
Well, now Chapo may be in a bit more of an issue than he first thought. Not able to follow up with the execute.
I should be dead.
But Brochacho coming in with the win, as well as Baronic taking out Chapo in the back line.
Brochacho running for his life right now. Pops the meditation. Shalaber's here to support. But what a great ultimate from Dr. L, using Lord of the Afterlife as a pseudo purification, able to get out of that.
Aggro's casting is so cute.
Go for it and goes towards his team, not towards his tower. Baits him into
that
the
was actually a really good smart ult too.
Kenshin and Baronic are waiting for him.
That is a good point.
Enough time to get that counter kill, and that was really good. Also, I want to talk about the Guanyu pick because it's so good against the Aware here. It can run down the Zeus, it can run down the Sylvanos, so I think we're going to see SOAR Gaming trying to run down.
Yeah, literally, Zerky.
Do you like the pickup of the reinforced Greaves here for Guanyu? Because usually you see that when you see.
Yeah, Dr. L was a good player, man. He's a good solo laner.
Sort of compositions, which
he's a nice guy too.
This doesn't really fit that.
I mean, you know me. I go Bluestone and Warrior Tappy sort of thing.
You're there to
really
do damage.
But it is overall really good. They have high damage with the Zeus at Willix early game, so getting that extra protection early is really good for him.
That's a really good point. I didn't think about that. Plus, you're stacking the passive of the reinforced Greaves off of Wisps and Wrath of Terra from Sylvanas.
Shalaber may be stuck, but Rom in the air looking for the shots. Cameron just trying to buy himself some time and then dash away. Meanwhile, on the other side, Baronic able to find a kill onto Brochacho, and now
we were actually falling behind.
Backing off, and Cameron still putting on the juke shoes, but not very tight.
Stormy Ray is playing this lane very aggressively, but some mistimed aggression on the right-hand side. Another speed buff going the way of Aware. Chapo hasn't gotten a single one yet this game.
And the reason why the Cubic can play so aggressive in the lane is because he went straight into boots, and the Rama is still stacking. So whenever the Rama
this meta was wild. They're just fucking running at. Nah, AO is just something that I really liked. That I knew scaled late.
Which tells me that Cameron's just waiting out this laning phase.
Dude, they're 3-man invading Zeus, Sylvanas, Awilix, Osiris, every blue as I'm an AO.
Also looking a little bit towards the late game, but not holding off quite as much. He's got that extra mobility, he's got that extra damage.
Berserky is in 2,000 MMR in year 2000 of Smite, so 1 MMR per year.
Now Aware, they had a really great split.
Respectable.
Not so good at land. Meanwhile, SOAR, they are complete lanimals. They showed up, but what's happening right here? It's almost like a switch.
This is what you expect whenever you draft a late game composition against a heavy pressure comp.
Exactly, B-Waltz.
Yes, SOAR is losing, but I feel like they're still in an okay spot.
I was also talking to Aware, and them being the underdogs, I think they really like that because they're going in with no pressure, so they can just play calmly, play like they do online, and that's what they're doing.
That's exactly how Aware has played all year. I mean, no one's expected them to do as well as they have, but they've been able to
consistently exceed expectations. They're comfortable in this underdog role. Remember, this is a team that came out of Challenger Cup this year. They weren't even a team whenever I was playing in the summer split. This wasn't a thing. It was only in the fall.
That's how good Browning and Layers was.
Coming through, Crush is going to have a nice bit of damage.
Oh, let's go.
Coming through, Shaliver finding what hit, maybe turning around this corner, looking for two, not going to find the damage.
Perfectly timed purification there from Baronic, but it didn't matter. Shaliver on the mark with that Scylla ultimate. This is a character that he's very comfortable on.
Looking very comfortable now. Nice pull coming into the tower. The Wisp.
The pull, dude. He's too good, chat.
Not enough to make anybody worry quite
Definitely the nerves.
Forces trades ult again with Cameron. That's been his game plan, and this is what we've seen from Stormy Raids consistently whenever he's...
I wasn't a controller though, Chad. That was handicap.
Off cooldown every single time.
Stormy has the pressure right now, and he keeps forcing the Rama's ult. I don't know why Chapo ain't ganking it. He should really do that soon.
Yeah, not a whole lot of wards on the left-hand side either. You see some bottom side, but if Chapo's able to go over the top of Gold Fury, you could definitely make an impact. But now that Cameron's about to hit level 12, he'll have that Sanctuary up soon.
Early goals were awesome.
Starting up this Gold Fury, but it looks like he has been spotted out by Brochacho. 4 members here of Aware, and they're keeping him at bay for a good bit, but Gold Fury is going to go ahead and get leashed. Nice pull.
Kenshin was actually going berserk with the Sylvanas. He was hitting them pulls.
He's been on point with these pulls so far this game, setting up for his team. 2 ultimates used though to find the support. Kenshin in some trouble because the Chapo gets executed above the Gold Fury.
I don't care how much HP you have.
Zeus is the right call there.
If you are within that threshold, you are gone. And so is Baronic. Double kill coming out for Chapo.
Cameron in a lot of trouble as well. Purification used to avoid the stun from the heart bomb. 2 kills go the way of the jungler.
And I mean, I feel with the Sylvanas right now, Kenshin. I hate Ao Kwang so much because you're the only character
every Sylvanas player
in the game that doesn't have a beat, so you just basically
Hog, he missed it. Speed buff.
He's able to actually secure
my first speed buff.
Well, gonna be able to get away from Dr. L.
And we pulling over here.
Mistimed it a little bit there.
That's mental fortitude at whatever age I was here. No speed buffs for 10 minutes. 2 Gold Furies.
Even nearby to try and contest Sword Gaming. Taking it up, Cameron not quick enough with that ult.
It seemed like Sora was using a little bit too much there to use Cupid ult and Scylla ult, but it turns out that was exactly the right amount because Cameron definitely could have stolen that.
Better save than Sora right there. They knew
risking it off with the speed buff. That's how I knew he was my bait. That's why I teamed with him for the next 4 years.
Looking very nice.
Once he said, this is Uzi and comes. They were like, go. We can do it. We can burn. You still know. And then he's like, I got your speed buff. And I'm like, let's go. Like, you're fucking the hype, dude. You know he's giggling. He's probably laughing at that point.
Chapo hasn't even picked up one of his speed buffs yet. He lost the first 3, and Uzi was able to steal one away. Oh, Uzi's in a little bit of trouble here. Remember, he cannot jump
no beats.
Chaotic Purpose. Look at him.
He's playing that perfect.
Nothing to do right now. Uses the cage just to buy him some space. Lord of the Afterlife comes in. He's still alive for now.
He's still losing that health though, and relatively quickly Dr. L does not have enough mana to make
that's wild. That was a savage play. Only beats. Did I die there?
Gonna find Shaliver. Chacho gonna be able to find Baronic. Chapo looking
big body blocks. That's fucking the synergy right there, chat.
The meditation there.
Wait, that play was actually super hype. Both teams are baiting. Both teams are baiting there. And then I'm like, I pop my 2. Look how disrespectful this is. I'm like, so he plays this perfect. No beats Odin, right? He can't jump. He jumps, he dies way faster than if he just plays his life with Cage and his 3 and his 2. So
not jump away from Cage.
I'm here and I'm saying, guys, we need to rotate. For sure, I'm calling a rotation here, right? Because look, we're mid. So I'm like, guys, we got to come over here.
Chaotic Purpose. Look at him. He knows he's got.
He hits the stun. I stand like away. I'm like, okay.
Now uses the cage just to
and I pop my 2. I'm like, if he commits, I'm going on the OC.
Lord of the Afterlife comes in.
Big slow. Pops a shield, loses that. And then I guess I didn't know this rotation was coming like right away. Like they were much faster than my team, right? Because they got there like an extra second. So I need to actually illusion back, but I illusion in, which is absolutely fucking wild.
Dr. L does not have
and then now I'm behind him. I'm actually in a good position.
Enough mana to make this damage.
And then we get the Guano, and now I'm behind them. Uzi ends up dying, which is he had to sack himself in a way. And then I go for the Xe, I think. I didn't get the Xe because we killed him with Scylla, and then Scylla ends up dying. Fuck.
With the save,
I was pretty sad. I'm pretty sure I was yelling, I'm gonna Xe Silva, I'm gonna Xe Silva, and he blew up the crush. Unfortunate. And then I'm in trouble, so I have to use my last button, which is my 4 on the Sylvanas. Brochacho comes back. He's like, I got you. meds me, body blocks. The most important thing is body block, bro. In this time, in today's day of 2024 Smite, people still don't understand body block value. They still don't get it, bro. It's insane. It's been 7 years and people still don't fucking body block, bro. It's fucking insane, bro. It's like playing basketball for like 10 years and not knowing how to fucking hit a corner, like corner off the backboard. Like a mid-range off the backboard, bro. It's wild. Meds body blocks and then eats the flip because he can't flip me because Guan body blocks.
Able to probably get away.
The meditation there coming in huge for El Brochacho. 1 kill, 2 kills each actually on each side. Baronic really well.
I was actually scared. I'm like, where is he? He's like, oh, right in front of me. For sure, we're coming right here. I'm like, oh, where is he? He's in lane.
On to Shalabert.
Yeah, he actually should have been ulting me there.
Sweet because
he didn't have vision, actually.
Chapo actually used his stealth behind the enemy so he could actually backstab them whenever they focus on another target. Really well played.
Very
damn, tricks right away.
Because if he uses water illusion backwards towards his tower, he gets hit by that chain lightning from Zeus, and then none of that fight really goes well for Sword. They're playing very, very well.
The helm, I remember that helm.
They got.
On paper, that was an equal fight, but then you take into the fact that Stormy just took down an enemy tower, and that definitely goes into the favor of Sword. That's a lot more pressure on the map, and Aware are not going to have that safe space to fall back to in these gold.
I remember when I talked to you guys about gold difference, I've literally showed you guys this in paint. It doesn't look very pretty, that's for sure, but I'm like, in Smite right now, in Smite ranked currently, the net worth graph and the XP difference and the gold difference graphs are nothing like this. Like, they're nothing like this. Nobody cares what's happened from here to here, and then 31 minute it just spikes one way or another at 30 minutes. It's literally how it is. It doesn't matter. This middle part, I mean, you can have a lead, but you know, you could just farm the opposite side and stop this.
And that's important because we've seen how much pressure that Stormy.
This looks like a good fight, like backing up. We get gold, they get right jungle, we get a kill, they get this.
And then you lose your tower because of it. And if Chapo's going to be coming over there to gank anytime soon.
I actually just talked about this today. Oh no, what did I do, chat?
With the team comp, but what about their...
Okay, I know where I was.
Team God, Uzi nowhere to go. The late game, but not holding off quite as much. He's got that extra mobility. He's got that extra dance. Showcase. Remember, this is a team that came out of on the left hand.
Basically, have to die.
Oh fuck.
Very low, but
all right.
Backwards. Another that started. I'm gonna rotate.
All right, so this is something that I've told people about, but another thing that people in Smite are absolutely horrible at is showing on the map. In Dota, they're cracked. In League, they're pretty decent. But in League, the bushes helps with that. But people not show, like, I don't need to be in mid to get this wave. If I show that I'm mid, right feels fine to play. They just communicate, and then these lanes play how they want, right? If I'm not showing, they have to still play defensive, even though I'm never there, and I'm still getting what I need. This is still possible in today's Smite, and people do not use that at all. They don't know. They always show on the map, so their ganks are never successful. They don't understand how to not show on the map.
To this fight, and then you lose your tower because of it.
Because you get comfortable playing with people that don't look at their minimap, so then you can kind of get whatever gank off. And then when you play with players that are actually currently like always looking at their minimap, you'll never be able to get a gank off or set up a good fight. Just because you show on mid wave, then you go. And it's obvious that you show on a ward, you go fight. Everything's obvious.
Chapo's gonna be coming over there to gank anytime soon. It's gonna be even harder for Cameron to get away.
Absolutely. 12 minutes, 34 seconds, still 6-6, but seeing a lot more pressure coming out from Sword. Good vision as well, peppered across the map. We saw that since the beginning.
Yeah, definitely sparks.
See that transfer through to this mid-game stage.
It is a scary feeling.
The fact that Baronic is going for this more defensive-oriented build that we usually see on Zeus, and I really like that idea from him. Going for a Winged Blade to get that extra HP. It's a very cost-efficient, cheap item, and then also immune the slow.
Back when Winged Blade was good.
A lot of them. Stormy Rays has 2 in his kit on that Cupid.
Back when you counter build it.
Guan Yu, as well as a slow from Crush, could get you out of some sticky situations.
Oh yeah, and we haven't talked about the fact that Ao Kwang have 2 kills already. He's at the mid-game stage, he's sooner aligned. This is good. This doesn't look good for Aware, and Ao Kwang being like ahead in the mid-game is just horrible.
The players to watch on these teams, as we've seen every video asked you, it's all been about the junglers. We've seen Chapo in this game. Chaotic Purpose has a couple of good plays, but so far, why haven't we seen him as much?
Well, we've seen him on the top of the net worth charts, and that's what's important at this stage of the game. He's done a great job of being on time for Chapo's buffs. He's the one who's making a lot of the shot calls as well. Following up on Kenshin, it's really those two is the dynamic there as far as communication goes on the team. So even though he might not be making the flashier plays, he's been a part of 5 aware, 6 kills, and he's been on point with his invades as well.
I also think it's the fact that it's on LAN stage, so he's like playing a little bit more passive than he would on online. So right now he's just trying to get the flow and getting in the game. He's still playing really well. He is on top of the net worth, so he is doing something right.
Plus, during the SCL Fall Finals, remember, it was actually Baronic who came up and was the big name player for Aware. Chaotic Purpose at his LAN debut didn't have a bad LAN by any stretch of the imagination, but it wasn't the level of play we saw from him online. It was really Baronic that stood out to me and to a lot of other people. So no surprise to see Baronic have 4 of the 6 kills for Aware.
And he's on his namesake.
I love playing with Baronic. I ended up winning Worlds with Layers and Baronic
They absolutely
years later.
destroyed with Zeus, so it's very surprising to let him get Zeus, but to give Chapo Ao Kwang.
Yeah, this is a lot of comfort picks across the board. Brochacho loves to play Guan. Uzi loves to play Odin. Shalabur on Scylla is like his god, basically, along with Zhang Kui. So, yeah, a lot of comfort picks on both sides. Cameron has played a decent amount of ROM. We talked about on the analyst desk the fact that Dr. L really likes these high-pressure gods in the solo lane. Osiris definitely fits that bill.
We've seen a lot of pressure coming out from both teams. It's been pretty even in these trade-offs, give 1 or 2, but which team and what do they need to do to take that first step forward?
I mean, right now, Aware is behind, and if they're going to keep playing like this, Soar's going to take it when they come later in the game. What Aware needs to do right now is look at the map.
Back when there was early game and late game.
Who can they gank? They can gank the Odin, and that's what I think they should do right now.
They're definitely going to try and at least do something over in the solo lane, but Dr. L is on the receiving end of that pain with 3 members. He's within execute range. Going to be a nice, tasty snack for the Dragon.
Ozzy in some trouble, though, from Chaotic Purpose. The shell was beautiful from El Brochacho, though. Chaotic Purpose on the run this time, trying to get away from 3 members of Soar.
Got to be careful with those tower shots, though. One more, the Feather Step going to be good on the Shad, the water clone.
Let's see our reaction.
On the run this time, trying to get
Let's
away
look at
from
our
3
camera.
members of Soar.
Bro, that's beautiful fucking MOBA.
One more, the Feather Step gonna be good on the Shad, the water clone. It popped.
I did a little yell.
And this
Bro, that's cleaner than I've seen in recent years. Aegis, right? Baited from Eric with Med and Shell. I popped my 2. She has no jump. She already jumped away. Look for the slow. Ozzy looks for the jump slow. Hits the second part of the slow after the jump because I slowed. I go in. Reset aggro. He goes in. Starts to 3. I come back with my CD3. He goes to flip me. Illusion. I mean, that was clean. That was clean. Yeah, everybody. We all played really clean there.
Kwang is so good in the jungle as well because
Wingblade too.
The solo lane would always build physical protection first because he's against the physical, and then
that Odin 3 was nice.
Like,
I like that Odin 3.
All my damage.
And that's very surprising that we see. Hold that thought. Ultimates again being traded out in the duo.
Dude, all right. In Xbox, there is this crazy fucking culture of ADCs thinking like they're playing like. All right, so a lot of these ADCs on console ended up coming from Call of Duty or like any type of shooter, right? Because they're like Xbox kids. And it was so funny seeing the beef of like people, like they treated it like it was a duel, like 1v1. You're my like the gulag, bro. Like they thought like this shit was it, bro. Like the shit they talked. Like for me, I came from Dota at that point, and I played Smite PC, so I was like, bro, you guys fucking beef over there. You guys are all ass. Like that was my like take on it. And then these guys are like, nah, bro, I'm him on the roller, bro. Like they're playing fucking with their fingers like this, bro. Fucking spider. I'm like, bro, you're on console, bro. You can't hit a fucking auto, bro. No, but it was so funny, bro. I would love going to those tournaments, and that shit had me fucking die, bro. Dude, we'd finish like a LAN game, and these guys would play 1v1 after, bro. Like I was like, these guys are different. Literally a whole LAN day, and then they go play 1v1.
But I don't even
Such
know
a
why
funny
I stopped
culture.
talking anymore. I should just ignore it because that's what happens every time. But you see Dr. L go for this Wingblade third item instead of magical protection. The extra HP helps, but it's not as effective as that magical protection.
Is this about to happen again?
It could. Shalaber up into the ult. I'm a monster along with Uzi having that wrath. It actually wasn't even up.
What an Uzi rotation.
Another Gold Fury.
Alright, bro, look at this macro. Yo, bro, we were playing great fucking Smite. Like, regardless of being on a controller and not landing abilities, look at this transition. Look at this transition of, all right, we do the kills and right? We do the kills, right? Stormy was having pressure on Rama. I'm pretty sure we asked Cupid, like, yo, you have a lot of pressure, like you're winning the 1v1s, and I'm pretty sure now that I'm watching it, like he was winning all the 1v1s in my opinion. So we get the kill, right? We get these kills. I back, Uzi backs because we both have to back. Eric doesn't have to back. Then we both come out of base to gold. Uzi TPs to gold. Chalibur comes because he already has pressure. Zeus goes right. Guan pushes here, so Zeus has to defend this, and then we're 3v2 on gold. I get there, Guan is defending right, so we're not losing any golden XP on the map at any time. So watch it.
It popped, taking
Odin back.
Wheelish.
He tries to poke. That's the Aegis hit.
So good in the jungle as well because.
Okay, I back. Uzi backs. Uzi TP's here. I'm calling for sure go to gold. I was like the main shot caller at this point. Eric was a big shot caller too. Like we would just he would say something, I'd agree. I'd say something, he'd agree. Like in terms of objectives, we play so much MOBA together. It was that fast. Like with other people, it'd be like, "Yo, do gold." It depends on the teammate, but whatever. Like between me and him, it was like, "Yo, gold." Yeah, I think that's perfect. Let's go. I have 30 seconds. I have heal. Med on 2. Like we just started shouting information on where they are.
First because he's against the physical, and then the Alquan can come and be like, eat all my damage.
Uzi's TP was perfect here. I literally, you guys want to hear another crazy story about me and Uzi? Okay. So Uzi, in the beginning of his career, you know, he was a pretty like to himself guy. His comms were like a little bit lackluster because he never played a MOBA with like full comms, and he was like a little bit quiet, you know. He just was really good at playing solo. He knew when to go in. He was just hard at, you know, in the middle of a big team fight, like saying what he's doing, right? Which is fair. That happens to all of us as a competitor. We have to learn that. It takes a lot of time to, you know, not just be good at the game, but be good at communication too. Everything. So in NOLA land, he sometimes couldn't tell me like when his TP was up because he wasn't used to saying, yo, 63 on my TP, yo, 42 on my TP, 100 on my TP. So I would back up, look at his screen because we're jungle solo, so we're next to each other, and look at his TP, and I'd be like, yo, TP and 40, we're going to gold, let's do this. And then eventually, obviously, Uzi eventually started making his own comms and doing his own calls, and he was actually like sick at it. And we would like bounce off each other.
Surprising that we see, hold that thought, Ultimates again being traded out in the duo lane. We've seen
pulling gold already.
After time.
So this was a good like 1v1 that he took, and then we're straight onto gold. Like that macro was so fast, how fast we got to gold there.
That's it.
Chalibur had pressure.
I don't even know why I stopped talking anymore. I should just ignore it because that's what happens every time. But you see APPAREL go for this Wingblade third item instead of magical protection. The extra HP helps, but it's not as effective as that magical protection.
Is this about to happen again?
It could.
3 gold fears in 60 minutes. Let's go.
I'm a monster along with Uzi having that wrath. Awesome. It actually wasn't even up, but they get another gold fury.
And where's just
yeah, me and Weekend teamed together before.
They need to get the control on the gold fury. They need to have the timer this time to make sure that they can contest it when it's up again.
I could probably find the games.
One of the things that made Aware so impressive to me early on was their team play, and we're just not seeing it here right now. Chaotic Purpose rotates to help APPAREL during the gank, and then where are Barani?
Face cam?
You know, where's Kenshin? They dove Chaotic Purpose under that tier 1 tower. That was an extended engagement that no one came to help out their jungler. Very surprising that we don't see Aware play like their normal selves.
I don't know where that is, but I do know where Brochacho is, dashing away to try to get away from Kenshin, who almost got pinched between 3 members of Aware Gaming. They're going to trade off these mid-harpies and then back off once again.
And I love the way Brochacho is playing right now. He's sort of playing like me. He doesn't build like me, but that's all right. But he's playing so aggressive. He's up in their face, saying, I'm here, damage me. If they engage on him, well, then there's an Alquan, there's a Scylla to follow up on it. So he's just playing really great right now.
And I can tell you from playing with him, his sorts of comms are, yo, I'm gonna bait myself right now. I'm gonna let them use a bunch of abilities on me, wait for their cooldowns, and then go in, and he's done a great job of that, like you mentioned. And plus, we saw him do the defensive option of using the shell to save Uzi's life on that right-hand side, preventing the trade out there after that gank onto APPAREL.
And that's the best time to strike because we've seen these teams.
I'm so good at support because Eric is such a good support too. Like obviously when I teamed with him and played Dota with him, Heroes of New Earth, League of Legends, whatever we played, he like always true supported, and I just like picked up on it as I played with him. I was like, I just played with him all the time, and I was like, okay, this is what he likes to do, bait this, okay, create space created, yeah, oh wow, that's a lot of space created, holy shit, that's a lot of value. Like I knew what it was to be on the receiving end of having a true good support, creating opportunities, and I could take advantage as a jungler and get really ahead. So I always like felt that, and like he was true support. So when I started to support, I was like, this is, I know what it, feels like to give a good game to someone.
Because of that bait and switch, Aware blow everything that they have, thinking they're going to be able to turn this team fight around, and then Soar just come on and one-up them.
very surprised to see as many wing blades as we do. I mean, I already talked about Dr. L's. I like it on Baronic, but then another one for Kenshin on this Sylvanas. And the big thing to me is no sprint up against a Cupid ult. That's the best thing against Cupid ult, is just immuning that slow. It makes it pretty much irrelevant.
Yeah, I like support. Like with Maui and shit, Sylvanas, those Emoja, those characters.
I would have gone for the blink as well, but it's kind of tricky in this situation because I think we probably wouldn't have got Huck in the soul lane, but whatever. Overall, like, they need that engage in the Sylvanas to get the one shot on the Scylla, on the Ao Kuang or whatever. Otherwise, they're not going to get the proper engage.
Turkey, why are you coping so hard?
They have.
But if that's the case, I think I would have liked to see Dr. L pick up that sprint instead of teleport. Sure, you lose a lot of global rotation ability, but you need that. I feel like you need that sprint in this matchup.
Aggression to the max onto Cameron, forced into the barrage.
Really
as soon as he comes down, he does have
waiting
for him. That's gonna be the Aegis, so he's not gonna be able to
nice
take him down. And instead, Cameron's gonna be able to get away. I'm a monster, gonna whiff. Not gonna be able to take any of these gods' lives. The crush, get away for him. Enter the barrage, but as soon as
are you playing like that on controller? I forgot there was like a free mouse button that I used to press, and then you'd have to like diagonally go there, bro. It was a fucking skill and a half, bro. But you can see the nerves here. Ult off that, like that's so early. Like you definitely don't need to do that.
Enter the barrage, but as soon as he comes down, he does.
And I did it. I tried timing it perfect too, and then Aegis came out. Look at this peel. Look at this peel though. Literally, like our in and out there was perfect. We push him out. I survive. I beads. He comes, shells, heals. Then he tries to do a lot here. Still ult zones, and then big root. And then I go back on him. Stormy's cooking him.
God's lives. The crush, not enough, but Chapo will be.
Sniped out by the Dragon Call. A lot of mistimed abilities lead to Cameron's escape, but Uzi now teleports in here to support. Chaotic Purpose is in base, so he's allowed to
mid tower should be the call here.
The tier 1 tower in mid is looking mighty tasty for Soar.
I'm sorry to say it, but I think Soar's going to win this game. Soar literally missed every single ability, and they still won that fight, and it was a 4v4, like straight up.
And again, it's just the position.
Like straight up, he said we missed everything.
Cameron's walking by himself towards the back. Chaotic Purpose used the gravity surge.
Wait, did Uzi bait that?
By himself.
Straight up.
And again, it's just the position.
Or did it not?
Being around their teammates. Cameron's walking.
Wait, Uzi's a savage, bro. Uzi's a savage, bro. And even if he does pull him, it's not that good of a pull, bro. They're down one person, so even if he pulls him, he's just gonna cage. And yo, Uzi's savage, chat. Can we get an Uzi savage in chat, bro? That's actually smart shit right there, bro. I'm pretty sure we calmed this. Like, this must have been like an actual calm. Like, that's actually, holy shit. Holy shit.
By himself towards the back.
And he mistimed it, so it was like a mental game too. Like, even if he hits that, it's bad. But he mistimed it, so it hurts layers like
Chaotic Purpose used
even
the
more.
Gravity surge and didn't find a home. Uzi just baited him.
Yo, that was savage, bro.
In place instead of jumping at them like they were expecting.
Absolutely baited.
And then he does it again. He says, now I can jump for real. Oh!
And now Uzi jumping in aggressively.
Hey, look at the way Eric's tanking tower there for us. Literally just so clean. Look, Eric takes aggro. Uzi pushes up. Bro, we literally, we did film and did this formation. This formation is actually beautiful though, chat. Look at it. 2 carries in a corner, hitting from the right side. Him zoning, these two. I'm in like the wings. I should probably be like wrapping here, but if we're all ending this fight. But I didn't know if we're going to get tower or not. But am I Xyz? Oh, we don't even have Xyz.
At them like they were.
So then he's tanking. They go on. Uzi pushes forward. These two are hitting it from the side.
Absolutely
he's taking it a lot.
Now
big heart. He drops hearts as we're still finishing this, and then he's gonna heal. He's zoning.
Jumping in aggressively.
He cages, and the call is just to get the tower. Now Uzi's tanking. So, bro, this is actually so clean. I haven't watched this in years. The tower and out it should be, and then reset gold.
The rest of the team hammers away at the tower and aware.
That was pretty MOBA, bro.
Can do absolutely nothing.
That's got to be so demoralizing. Like, expecting Uzi to jump in and cage there, Chaotic Purpose pops the ultimate, but Uzi didn't come any closer. You know, if you know Uzi, he's just giggling right now. He's got this great giggle. You know he's doing it right now, and Chaotic Purpose then eats a crush, and then the tier 2 tower falls because of it. The team play that I expected from Aware, we're really seeing more from Sword. They're grouping very, very well. They're using their defensive relics well as well, and so it's really snowball this lead. Even with this late game composition, they've been in control for the last few minutes.
Oh my god, I didn't stop his back. I could have killed him at all.
The smart plays.
Because
It's just sometimes having to just hold back. You want to make this. You want to make these kills happen, but you got to do it smart, even if it takes a little bit more time.
Damn, this is awesome.
Of the goal for control, whether they had wards or not, and that's why they've been taking those two goal furies, and that's done a lot for them.
And that's exactly.
Oh, I meant so.
No, Soar have been so aware.
They've been aware.
Oh.
Pun. Yeah, you're on a cast with me and Tiger. Like you're gonna get a pun here and there. I really expect that Gold Fury control to continue for Soar.
Trick said what?
21 minutes in, you've got a lot of levels, you've got a lot of items, but it's still risky to go to the Fire Giant. You're only up about 8.5, 9K, and while that's certainly a ton at this stage in the game, there's no reason to make that risky call at Fire Giant. I would really prefer to see Soar get more ward coverage on that Gold Fury and go for it again.
Ozzy, bro.
Getting picked up by Chaotic and Dr. L, and I really
Ozzy, yo, look at Eric, bro. Look at Eric, bro.
I would really prefer.
You gotta love it. This is when you know Eric's feeling it, bro. This is when you know Eric's feeling it. When he's standing in front of the silver, he's like, even if you hit this, it doesn't matter, but I'm not gonna let you hit it.
See Soar get more ward coverage on that Gold Fury and go for it again.
We see the anti-heal getting picked up by Chaotic and Dr. L, and I really like that because the Gu and Yu combat heal is so big. With the meditation as well, having that healing reduction is going to do a lot for them in team fights.
And you can see Brochacho not even leveling his ultimate past the first point. He's been really focused on getting.
Look at this level build by Eric, guys. Tell me he's not a fucking Dota player. Look at that level build. He knows that it doesn't scale anymore in damage, and at that point in CD, so he just maxes 2-3-1, shred prots, get prots, slow CD, max heal. He doesn't need, the ult is just a stun and a slow. That's fucking MOBA, baby.
That heal up, as well as that increased damage off the dash.
But here comes that ultimate you were talking about. Cavalry charge, looking for the stun, not gonna find it, but does force out the Terra's Wrath. A nice stun coming through.
Oh, that was a big circles.
Love as well as the cage gonna trap them all inside. Stormy gonna be able to get out before he takes too much damage, but Kenshin can't say the same for him.
Cameron rolling forward, looking for Shaliver. He has the extra movement speed from I'm a Monster.
Oh, Eric.
Cameron nowhere to find him.
Cameron, what happened? He's got the heart bomb on him now. 4 members. There he goes. Goodbye.
Yo, wait, who was that?
He's got the heart bomb on him now. 4 members.
Look at Stormy, bro. He yells at him, bro. He yells at him. Look at Stormy's camera.
Nowhere to find him.
Cameron, what happened? He's got the heart bomb on him now. 4 members. There he goes. Goodbye. Uzi gonna fall to chaotic purpose.
And now the heals with Cupid hearts.
That was Cameron. Sorry, dude.
Look at the heals though, bro. Cupid heart, Guan heal, bro. The way we're microing our health here is super clean, bro. Like, just watch the healing, right? We're all pretty low after that engagement. Like, look, 20%, and then fucking 40%.
Pulls the Gold Fury. Cameron nowhere to find him.
Cameron,
hits the heart.
He's got the heart bomb on him now. 4 members. There he goes.
And look, he's not even playing, bro, because he's talking shit, child. You gotta love it, bro. That's passion right there, right? He's not even playing. We should be hitting gold, and he said, I'm gonna fucking take this time to fucking yell at these fucking kids, bro. You gotta love it, man.
Goodbye. Uzi gonna fall.
Look, heart heal, max heal on everybody, then hearts.
Chaotic purpose, but we all
Stormy.
know what happened there. That was Cameron. Sorry, dude.
That was brutal. Can't find the auto attack. Shaliver hides behind the Gold Fury and then roots him in the.
Look at that. Eric already on the front line.
Here by himself, trying to contest his Gold Fury. He's gonna get chased down here by Chapo.
There's nothing he can do. He has no escape. There went his relics. He was facing certain death anyway. Why prolong it? Now the rest of his team is getting obliterated.
Pull that gold into a bait, free bait, bro. Look at that bait and switch on that gold because they think we're really low.
They should just give
because of the sustain.
Up, basically. They were 3 versus 4. There was no way they were gonna win that. Alquan still had.
I think that looked like a pretty good fight. Like, look at the information they had, right? So let's look at the information they had. So this guy dies. They know the Rama died, right? 4v5. It's right here. So Rama dies. Let's look at the information they have, because that's what happens when you're confused with a top down. But there's a sentry here, so this is what they have. So whatever, bum bum bum. This guy Uzi dies, so it's a 4v4. I'm sorry, 4v4. But then we double heal, right? Whatever. He's talking his shit. He tries to poke because they're coming on the corner. He goes for the flank. They max heal on Guan. Then the hearts, and then now we went from both being like 20%, 2 people being 20% and pulling gold, to like being 40, 50, 60% on both. And then now we just bait it. We get off. Look how we get off the gold here. Is it a 3v4? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. The Sylph does die. I forgot we killed him. But either way, like, it's still a really pretty bait. Like, okay, Stormy goes over here, picks up the hearts, dashes. That dash is sketch, but it's fine. And then we call to get off really fast. Like, look how fast we look. This is actually really impressive now that I look at it. Like, we were in sync. Look how fast all of us look at him. It's actually really pretty. Because you can tell when people listen to the call, right? Just based off their behavior. It's like, you know, showing like their physical behavior. So here, it looks like gold. And right here, we instantly call him as he throws his shield. That's actually really pretty.
He's going to get chased down here by Chapo.
There's nothing he can do. He has no escape. There went his relics. He was facing certain death anyway.
That crush hit so hard.
His team is getting obliterated.
So sad about APPAREL. They should just give that up, basically. They were 3 versus 4. There was no way they were going to win that. APPAREL still had his ult up. Just leave that.
And now, if you're Zeus, sure, you're dead for the next 30 seconds, which is sad already, but whenever you respawn, you've got no relics. You are food for APPAREL.
And Saw for sure is going to take advantage of that. They're going to look for that Zeus immediately. Whenever the Guan is going to sees him, he's going to get run down.
I mean, to me, Trix, just looking at the overall arc of this game, it's just very clear to me that SOAR have a lot of seasoned veterans on their team, and Aware is still trying to find their way. Like I mentioned, 4 rookies on this squad, and you can see the experience from SOAR, the Gold Fury control, the just movement around the map as well.
Yeah, I feel like Aware is playing their combo way too passive in the start of the game. They played really passive and waited for SOAR to do whatever they wanted, and that's just really bad when you have like Sylvanos, Wilix, Zeus on the team.
Caliber's a cop now in New York, bro.
Yes.
I actually I was friends with him on like Insta and talk shit with him. He watched me, I think, one of the worlds one of my recent worlds saying good luck.
There's more on the line, so you want to make sure you don't do any dumb stuff, but in that process, like, you need to just do whatever you normally do, you know?
And that's the hardest part, is just playing like it's any other game. It's so hard to
All right, let's see. Chat, you rate this fire, chat. I don't know what's happening. I never watched it. I haven't watched this one in a long time, but rate this fire. Let's see what this fire looks like.
Do, you know?
And that's the hardest part, is just playing like it's any other game. It's so hard to do in front of a huge
They're pretty zoned. Yeah, Rama's left. Should be free. Secure with Scylla.
It's just difficult to kind of push that out of your mind, but that's what you have to do. You have to play like you're at home in your, you know, boxers or whatever that you normally play in.
SOAR doing a good job of keeping calm and keeping controlled here. Gonna be able to take down the fire giant. Here he comes, Chaotic Purpose gonna get ulted up, but not executed. Suku gonna help him get away, but Chapo
it's crazy he stays on Suku.
Like glue with that speed buff. Here comes the rest of the team.
Sanctuary used. It's not gonna matter. Caliber picks up the 14th kill for SOAR. 5 members with Fire Giant. They've got
LZ right away for the split push.
Healing.
Backdoor healing.
Tower doesn't stand a chance.
There is nothing else on the map except for one
heal,
and
tank.
3 Phoenixes. That's it. Aware, keep getting outclassed in these team fights. It's a really
Ozzy chases this guy forever. Fuck the wave. That's the right play.
What can Aware do?
I mean, right now, there's nothing they're going to do. Kwang is so big. He's going to be able to run through everybody and kill whoever he wants to at this point. So, it's just...
Ozzy's chasing his ass all the way, bro.
Gets a little too excited. Yeah. Dives your Phoenix, dives your Fountain, dives your Titan, and then you can kind of make a play after that. But it's Cameron who's eaten the plays from Chapo. Chaotic Purpose still waiting to respawn, and Cameron just waiting to come down.
The aggression is to the max when it comes to SOAR. Able to just bait Cameron to keep running away, and Chapo and Ozzy able to double team him down and get one more statistic for SOAR. Fields of Love coming down. Chacho jumping in deep as well with the ultimate Phoenix has fallen. Cage has come up.
And now right Phoenix already down. Middle Phoenix being looked at next by SOAR. Remember, they've got the healing from Guan Yu as well as the regen available to them from the Fire Giant buff. Ozzy just zoning 3 people by himself in their Titan room.
Yeah, I mean, this is where Guan Yu's healing is going to really pay off. He still has the meditation.
Damn, this is pretty, bro. We look great.
I like when people use structures to their advantage. That cage didn't actually stop anybody inside, but it stopped them from trying to come back in. And
that was a fucking domination siege.
Able to secure that bird without any other hassle. The last tower has fallen. They were able
what
to
items we got? 26 in hand, 21 in hand.
And now, nothing stopping SOAR from just going through this jungle with a fine-tooth comb.
And just look at the golden hand right now.
No, I got second place this Worlds. I won Worlds after.
Just backing, spending that up, and they're going to be pushing down this left-hand side immediately. And if you're aware, Trix, I mean, we've all been in situations like this where you know this game is all but over. You got to be thinking about the next game, right?
As we are, because when you're 10k down, we usually say we need a miracle or we're probably going to lose this game. So yeah, you don't want to think about the next game. You want to focus and see if you can get a turnaround. But at this point, I don't think they can. But just, you know, get this game over with.
We hear a lot of players talk about how, I mean, 10K maybe not, but you're sitting down 13K, 2 Phoenixes down, everyone's got Fire Giant. They start talking about, okay, what went wrong this game? What can we do for the next game? Maybe the picks, anything like that. Is that what you guys would usually do?
We usually like say, what have we done wrong to be in this position? Because now when it's fresh, you're still in the game, you can get it out immediately, and then you don't do it the next game, hopefully.
And then Funball says, it's all you guys, I'm perfect.
Yeah,
you guys are all idiots, and you guys
yo, Funball's my go. I love Funball.
Banter, right?
Right. He said that after, but I don't know.
1 Phoenix remaining. Soar knocking at the throne room. The Firebird is standing there just waiting to go ahead and try to get some action. And Soar playing a little frisky, backing off for now, waiting for Aware to come out. They want these kills and they want to secure this victory.
Chop, I've been in this situation a million times. To Choppa, hold that thought. Kenshin able to be there, use that ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. I'm a Monster comes down, gets good damage. There goes Kenshin.
Follow it up with the Crush. Caliber getting credit for the kill, but Zeus dishing out some hardy damage. Cameron with the snipe. Second hit coming through, able to take out the enemy Cupid. The jumps are going to be real, but so is the Crush. Caliber finding another kill in this gigantic team fight. Chapo popping the beads. Must have been a misclick, but it doesn't matter. Dr. L is down.
Chaotic Purpose is able to find Caliber. That's 2 dead and 2 big damage dealers, but the problem is that minions are going to do it all by themselves. Soar Gaming take game 1.
That was clean.
Those were Winions.
They sure were.
Absolutely fantastic play coming out from Soar. A little bit shaky in the beginning, but we really saw the team that we've watched through this entire split come back and live on the stage.
And I'm actually really surprised about Caliber's plays. He's playing mechanically really well.
For sure it was, Kalen.
So I'm impressed.
Very well. I mean, this is a god that he's known to play and be very, very comfortable on. And you heard Zaxi talk about it on the analyst desk. When Choppa was talking about picking out Kwang, you know, oh, aren't you worried about getting invaded? No, I'll get invaded. I don't mind. I'll just wait. I'll wait it out. They won't be able to handle me in the late game. And that's exactly what happened. It didn't even need to take it till late game. It was really the mid game and that
2019.
And that takes a lot of confidence.
2018, wait, yeah. No, wait, no, 19. I don't even know. 19 or 18.
To be able to deal with this kind of situation.
Exactly. I mean, this is, and I said it
all the years blend in for me.
One more. This is just a veteran squad. These guys have been around.
Oh, that's another Worlds Command.
They know how to win. They know that this is only one game, that they've got to wait for one more to secure their spot in the finals. So that's exactly what Brochacho and Choppa are going to be preaching to the rest of the team right now.
And no matter who takes this win, it doesn't matter. They both have made it here in the first place with such fantastic storylines, which I'm sure the analyst desk are going to tell us about right now.
All right, I'm just going to get it out there. Winions for the win. I respect the hustle, baby. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Get yours, girl. Get yours.
I love fucking the older boy.
Alquan. I mean, maybe you know, you just don't let him have it next game. How about that, Aware?
Yeah, Zaxi, you were talking about it earlier. Just Chapo, a beast at this god. You cannot allow this to go through. It's game 2.
Aware needs to ban the Outquink. You can't let Chapo have that god. He's too good at it.
Let's go,
he plays it too well. And that comp was really, you let an Outquink Scylla go to late game. I mean, what do you think's going to happen? It's not going to be good. But I really do want to see the Outquang ban for Chapo.
But to be fair, Aware allowed this to happen in this position because they gave up 2 free gold theories. The first one around the 10 minutes, the second one around 16 and a half. And that's what gave Sword the initial spark to allow plays like this to happen where Chapo, you know, he gets to execute, he comes back, and he's going for more kills.
Yeah, and Caliber was really on point also with his Scylla ultimates this game. I haven't seen him look this good in quite a while, so really great play by him. Just getting the targets low enough to where they were in execute range for Chapo. Really just an all-around great game by Sword there.
And this is the point in time where you
holy
get your 4th item Polynomicon. This is where you start looking for the team fights, and after that point in time,
and this Worlds 2, it was our boys, me and Eric. Obviously, we were both from Miami. We played baseball. We're like all together, like fucking. We're just boys, right? So all our boys, Anthony, my cousin comes, Eric's both brothers came, all our boys came. It was like 15 heads deep. And they were like, they're used to sports like basketball, like NBA, hockey, like baseball. So they were fucking getting turned and fucking just yelling, being outlandish as fuck, bro. Like that shit was so lit. You could hear them. I could hear them like in the middle of the game. I got like an exit, like, ah! Like, stupid, bro. It's so funny.
There was no answer or response to Chapo, so I'm really curious to see how Aware is going to adapt in game number 2.
So there was a pick that I kind of sort of criticized. Okay.
Oh, yeah? Which one?
You know, the Cupid.
Yeah.
I was a little. I didn't understand it. I was just like, oh.
All right, game 2.
It feels as if no matter what, Aware.
Pause. What the hell?
It feels as if no matter what Aware Gaming do going into game 2, they.
Mikey being locked in.
Oh, we held pick here. Oh yeah, I remember what I picked here. Let's see. I want to see this.
And the ROM.
Oh, they banned. We banned out Quang. Holy shit! What a spin.
I like that ban coming out.
The laning phase also makes it really impactful, especially with the Cupid coming out of Stormy Rays. And now, Soar, second pick. They're the ones that are going to ban away the Ao Kuang. Kind of a mind games coming out of them.
Yeah, maybe scared that Chaotic Purpose is going to play that Ao Kuang.
Layers has a sick Ao Kuang.
God in general, so I mean, I like the ban. For Soar, Chapo can play, you know, a lot of different things, so that's fine.
Absolutely. This is a mind game where it's just like, we don't actually care about Ao Kuang. We have so much in the arsenal. We know what Chapo is capable of, especially with the Thor.
I know. Hey, look at Eric, bro. Look at Eric on the comms, bro.
Like, we don't actually
We're just talking about one pick. Look how talkative we are.
We have so much in the arsenal. We know what Chapo is capable of, especially with the Thor if given the opportunity to. But now with Jingwei being locked in for Cameron, we'll see what the response is out of Soar. Jingwei definitely a little bit more safe.
The Guan van, bro.
Yes, and Jingwei.
And Terra.
The top hunter right now. I mean, she's
we picked my first pick twice.
Play it also, so great thing taken away.
Bro, that is ballsy. Oh, okay, bro. I was gonna say, cause he just picked a Willick, so literally if I picked Humbaz, it's pretty much me saying like I don't give a fuck.
And putting that on camera.
Picked Odin,
and
I don't think they're gonna pick a Willix again. Do they?
Over, but now it's actually gonna be the Odin locked in.
Yo, big, relax, bro. I'm gonna ban this guy.
I'm bored. So early in the draft laning phase, maybe it's Aware that they're afraid of being locked in. But yet again, Shaliber very comfortable on the Scylla. The last.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, very hot with the Scylla ultimates. Those were on point. So I'm fine. Yeah.
Layers Thor.
Fine with the Shaliber Scylla again.
Layers has an insane Thor.
And picking Odin this early in the draft, still a flex pick. You know, you don't know if that's going to be Uzi. Even El Chapo could potentially play this. Brochacho obviously has that in his kit, but now Aware, Chaotic Purpose is known for his Thor. And on top of this, you're taking that away.
No, I didn't want AO anymore because they had first pick, and I think AO between me and Layers, we both had like the best AOs in the game, and there is a build with the helm that was ridiculous.
The Nike support lately, so we don't know if
lose this one.
Third pick on bots.
Right now for Aware, Soar are playing with a 1-game lead. They could still lose this one, go into game number 3 with a
even Zaxi said it. Andy can play a lot of things. No, I had so many picks.
Yeah, Chapo has a great Hun Bats. Good synergy also with the Scylla, able to let her get a more clean ultimate off. So
I think we ended up losing this, or did we 2-0? No, we 2-0 with bots, I remember.
They're scared of the baby, man.
That was smart, though, because they picked Xingwei.
Look at Uzi, bro.
Away from Stormy, and then they go and pick the Cupid, keeping that away from Stormy. So what option does Stormy have getting ready for the next pick?
Yo, that was a clean-ass game from our team. I was so proud. Watching it back, I'm like, I'm so proud of our squad.
Cameron in the late game, those are 2 options. Any other ones that you see specific?
Medusa guy myself. I love Medusa. She's great on console, so I wouldn't be.
What's great about it is the way Chapo plays, always aggressive, ganking.
Yeah, look.
And what's great about it is
look, I just pet Shaliber.
Being hovered over. It's a very safe god, and what's great about it is the way Chapo plays, always aggressive, ganking. And
we're such trolls. Eric did it too, bro. Look how he smiled, bro.
She's great on
I pet him like this, and then Eric pets him like, yo, we're gonna just pet. We're gonna make sure you go crazy, because our whole setup right now is to just set up Scylla.
Safe god, and what's great about it is the way Chapo plays, always aggressive ganking. And if he decides to gank that soul lane, we're gonna see a lot of World Weavers.
Bro, if you're not petting your teammates like that, you're not real teammates. I'm gonna be honest, chat.
Early pressure on the solo lane. I mean, there's nothing they can really do. You know, if they're overextended even a little bit, Neathalt comes through, jungler ganks, that's almost a guaranteed kill.
So still waiting on the last 2 picks out of Aware Gaming. And locked in a very safe
Capri
now to allow the space and control that Chaotic Purpose is going to need, especially with Kenshin in that front line. Whoever goes
Janus.
going to get bailed out.
Damn, Bronic has a really good Janus.
By the portals as well from Giannis.
Yeah, and we're really relying on the Thor initiation here. Kepri not a big initiator. You know, he wants to stay in the back line, give him some protections, give his team protections, and then ult the
Eric with the Sylvanas.
And now, last pick, Sylvanas out of Soar, which means that this Odin is indeed going to go for Uzi. Sylvanas going to be played by Elbro Chacho.
Then we won.
Now, it's going to be the Neat Sylvanas.
I think like 15 racks per player.
Oh, the Capri rather. So that's going to be.
But what was wild about these times, Javi, is that it was alright. It was we played our regular season, right? If you placed high, you got like whatever. You got first place, you got like 10K per person, right? Then you went to playoffs, you played there, and then you got like another, and then we went to a bunch of tournaments in between that time too, like online tournaments, like were a thing, like 2K, 3K, 4K. You win like $500. It was wild. Plus stream. Like I wasn't making like insane, but for the time and like how young I was, it was crazy.
How aggressive is Soar going to be compared to the last one?
Yeah, I think Soar, and well, they've been going in mid. Remember, they've been doing the eager strat, so it's just been the two hunters in the dual lane left alone by themselves. So we got to look at the mid 3v3 here. Soar, I think, has a stronger early game mid 3v3, but you know, if Aware is able to catch people out of position with a really good.
Thanks, Golden Boy. The desk.
As Zaxi said there, this is a momentum-based team. I would not want to go down a 1-0 against Soar, but I really do like the draft that Aware has gone for. We got Dr. L in the solo lane on this Nike. Knowing that Uzi is probably going to take that Odin in the solo lane, we know he loves it. Picking a character, you know you can't get interrupted on that one, so that's so important to Nike's kit, as well as the fact that she has a leap, she can get out of that Odin cage very easily.
And
2017.
A hybrid carry on Hunbatson, that's going to be really interesting to see if he's going to pop off like he did in Ao Kwang.
And he had a great game at the fall finals with Hunbats. He was very, very impressive on it.
Gonna miss that route there, but Kenshin still running away, just chasing after with Cameron. Gonna get rooted out this time, but the knockup. Jingwei saving him.
Oh, but the slow from Strava.
Bro, I was doing it to the kids. I don't remember this, bro. I was doing it to kids like this. I was doing it to kids like this. That's 7 years ago? Look at those body blocks, bro. This is why you never, for one, this is if you have a habit of leveling an ability as you're coming out of base, you're wrong. This is why you never level an ability, because this one is the worst for clear, but this was looking for first blood.
Gonna get rooted out this time, but the knockup.
I love this aspect.
Oh, but the slow from Chapo, it's a 50% slow right now. No slow on to Crush. Kenshin still running for his life. Finally has that abduct.
Damn, I could have body blocked maybe even more.
Chased for so long.
Fuck.
Kenshin's not going to be back for the minions.
And then that started his jump, and that's going to actually hurt their clear in the start. So that's going to be interesting how
does the most damage to the.
Explain why Parliament.
On getting that first blood in the from happening. Stormy Ray's just not quite on the mark with that.
Yo, look at me on the controller, chat. Look at me on the controller.
Set up on the.
So, in Smite, before you don't level your ability in your base. The reason is because you never know what you need. You should always leave it open. But in Smite in recent seasons, they put, Invader's Curse, where you're always going to level your ability with best clear because you're never actually going to fight ever in 1v1s. So in Dota, old Smite, you always have to think, okay, I'm not going to level an ability because what do I need? If there's 5 people around this corner, do I need my dash, or do I need my best clearing ability, or my best fighting ability, or my sustain ability? You never level beforehand. You always hold a level. But in Smite now, since it's had Invader's Curse for 3 or 4 years, I mean, you could level you always see people leveling their abilities off the bat.
With the Sylvanas there. But I want to talk about the solo lane matchup. We see the Nike against the Odin. I absolutely love the matchup for the Nike. Odin have no interrupts. You can jump out of the cage. It looks pretty good for the Nike.
And Nike is one of those characters that if you let her go unchecked, can absolutely devastate a team. Not only does Ren do an absolute ton of damage whenever it's augmented by that second ability, plan of action, as long as you
Season 3
wait a little bit long enough to make sure you're getting that path to victory passive online, it's just such a big boon to your team. That extra damage, that extra movement speed, very, very difficult to deal with.
Secret strats coming through, interrupt Soar's momentum here with the pause, but should get back in the game here in just a match. When it comes,
it's a lot of damage. And onto a third strat.
And see on Sora overall.
Look at Tricks, look at aggro.
So hard because you can monkey him and then.
I had a nice juicy pimple there.
You would do that all the time. Like if he sees Janos, give me the Humbat.
Is that the sound of him just popping that sacred monkey onto him?
Come here.
Just teleports to him.
Exactly.
After those portals.
Bro,
Chapo
the technical difficulties is hard. Like especially in those tournaments. Like Smite was kind of newer, so to have like all the production and everything.
For his Hunbat's play, yeah, like I mentioned, great game on it at the fall finals land. So I expect him to really have another momentum-based game. We saw
Yeah, there's no combat pause.
him get invaded. Kwon came up. And Sor won the game.
The year I won Worlds popping.
So that might.
Monster waiting for that timing. You can guarantee it every time off that res.
It was 2018 or 19.
To the finals.
I think it was 18.
Another aggressive positioning from Sor, just like we saw last game and before. So Brochacho in the middle lane right now. Looks like just putting some ward coverage down, making sure that everything is where they expect it to be.
And yeah, I think now
I don't know.
Definitely gonna look for the invade. With
It kind of all blends in, bro.
Interesting to see what they're gonna do,
like zero before like beta to like season 6 was godlike.
I don't really expect to see any invades, like you said.
Yeah, it was. This was in the beginning of 17, and I won Worlds at the end of 18.
Right? You've got the Hunbat, sure, the slow from Somersault. Uzi will do good damage with Bird Bomb, but it's not that CC, the slows that you're usually looking for. And then on the side of
it might have been 19. I don't fucking know.
But Nike,
I'm so confused.
Not so good. They have Odin and
it's right hand side, but no one's home. Sor rather was ready for it. Gonna trade out speed buffs right now.
Once again, this is
look how wild the start is. We have to find them.
And then on the side of Aware,
they're stronger than us. Well, Nike, Thor, Sunbots, Odin.
They have
yeah.
Odin and Sylvanas.
We're both looking for each other. Isn't that wild? And we're mirroring each other. Look, we're invading. Oh no, I'm
That's
not.
why I mainly thought they were gonna.
Oh yeah, we're invading theirs. They're invading ours.
Gonna be Aware
on this right hand side, but no one's home. Sor rather was ready for it. Gonna trade out.
We double warded because they were invading us. They were picking level 2, level 1 that was like better than ours, and then invading.
Buffs right now.
So we had to find a way to counter it.
Same thing that we saw last game. Going to trade out these buffs, but it looks like Aware once again.
Last time we only got a speed. I mean a blue.
But Sor taking a page from their book, writing it themselves, grabbing 2 for themselves.
Excuse me, but
the 3-man knock up there from Cameron, able to secure those mid harpies. I think
all Thor 3s go.
Aware, and that's a big win because
new Thor 3 is meme.
You need to find a win somewhere.
And this is so weird. Why are they trading their buffs? Just take your own, please. What?
I think they're expecting that aggression. They're expecting that aggression. This is the last possible game for Aware. They want to make sure they don't make any mistakes.
And that's and I like the play from Cameron early on. More aggression on this right-hand side mid harpies.
Look at the little fire harpies.
Actually used his shell there. That's a big win for Sor. Ozzy gonna jump over.
No, bro, you could never do that damage ever in your life. Just know that a Bird Bomb will never, ever, 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 ever do that damage, and a support and a Soul Eater will never see each other in this meta. At level 2.
Just head back on over to Soul.
But Aware actually got both of the mid camps, so they're finding themselves a small lead, but still a lead. And yeah, Odin going back to the Soul lane.
Hugbug getting chunked, but now Spin to Win coming through. Berserker's Barrage doing some numbers, but so is Chapo going to be running away as Chaotic Purpose. Nice pull coming through Baronic.
What a pull! Bro, Chacho going berserk.
Going to be running away as Chaotic Purpose. Nice pull coming through Baronic. Going to get stuck and crushed.
Damn.
Jalabert grabbing first blood for Sor.
And that's the grip we were talking about. If the Sylvanas finds the grips in the Janos, he is in such a dangerous position. The Scylla has.
He hit the prebeats, yeah, but bro, as a controller could call it controller, bro. And also, you have to pre-beat Zai if you're gonna beat Zai. Once you're already pulled, you're fucked.
Damage. He is level 2, but he still have the red buff on, so he does a lot of damage.
And Brochacho's feeling it right now. You know he's feeling it after that, setting up that first blood. There's nothing he loves more than making a play like that. And that's a bad sign for Aware, because if you let guys like Brochacho,
that was really fun. That was really risky though.
Plus,
this was
Jalabert get that confidence.
But yeah,
so important for so many players, especially it seems like for mid laners that really need to be on point with their skill shots.
very, very good start.
Oh, and mainly Scylla. Scylla is like late game orientated. It's not too good early game. It's okay, but late game it goes off. So getting that kill just gets her one step closer to the mid.
Luminosity versus Team Happy.
Veronic used purification. So now as soon as Chapo
Look that looks like Sports Center. That looks awesome, dude.
Eating a second death this early would be.
So what happened between me and Brochacho? So he's still like he's my blood, bro. Like I played pickleball with him the other day, and I play with softball with his brother, and I still chill with him. He works at Lifetime Fitness. He's one of the big trainers at Lifetime, making crazy cheese. There's a new Lifetime in a wealthy place in Miami that is not only just a gym. It's a apartment complex on top of the gym. And so and then there's like a poolside, like fucking everything, bro. Anything you can think of. Lifetime is like the gym where I'm like, what the fuck am I in? They had a really nice one in Atlanta that I was going to. And then so he started doing that. So he ended up playing more after this. We split. After this year, I went to PC with Uzi. We made SPL. We qualified into SPL. And then Brochacho stayed playing Smite. He played on console. He ended up losing in the finals again, second place one more time. Unfortunately, he was like literally the best team going into it. It was like one of the best teams everybody thought was gonna win, and then they fucking choked at the end. Brochacho, no, he doesn't play Smite anymore. We play Dota together, like on the weekends and stuff.
Absolutely disastrous for the mid laner for Aware.
Just when Brochacho is going to hit his Rude, he is going to die 100% if the Scylla is around.
Exactly. He'd have to use through space and time preemptively, basically, if he were to try to get out of that one.
Small early lead coming out for Soar, though. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in.
I don't think so.
That first blood, but the farm game is pretty strong.
I told him, I was like, yo, like I had a friend and family key that I could have gave to him, and he was like, nah, bro. Like honestly, when I play video games, I want to play Smite 2. Dota 2. He's like straight up, I just like the game more. I was like, I feel you. But what's it called? He also like barely has time to right now. He's grinding hard as fuck.
For the boys in the red trunks as well.
And that's mostly because of that first blood. We saw Aware get control of those mid harpies, and that was important. But I really don't like the three-man grouping right now in the middle lane with Veronic getting behind early on. I would have liked to see them make sure he hits level 5 before the next engagement. Kenshin still sticking around, as well as Chaotic Purpose.
I mean, right now Soul is just taking all the control. I'm 100% that they're going to look for an invade on that speed buff and just take it all and build their lead.
Veronic's like, they can't still be here, right?
Oh,
there's no way they're still waiting for me. Right? Right, guys? Okay, they're still waiting for me. World Weaver right away, but great positioning there from Veronic. Touching the wall. You put the wall in your pocket. You walk along it, basically, as Giannis there.
Yeah, Darbs, I'm going to make a video about Smite 2. I mean, I already dropped some content, but I'm going to do one of those.
These buffs once again, Dr. L. Gonna turn around the corner and decide he does not want a piece of this. He's gonna let that mana camp go more than likely, just because Uzi is right there, being a nice just barrier.
But he does have the Wrath, so that's why you see Soar back up a little bit. It's gonna be difficult to secure that over top of the Wrath there for Dr. L.
I mean, the trade is fine. They got the speed buff. Just get out and that's all fine. We also see the Neve taking the left mid camp. So
nah, bro. Look, if I show you level 2 Odin Bomb on Kepri, you'd trip the fuck out.
Get that, and they're most likely also going to get the right camps now, so they're basically just
I'll definitely drop a video, Darbs. It's a long fucking talk, so I'd rather just watch this right now.
Entire wave of gold. He'll get 1 minion of XP. So yes, you put your mid laner, or you keep their mid laner down, but Veronic was in base. That rotation not good there for Stormy.
For sure. Stormy gonna have a harder time up against this Jingwei. What do we know about Jingwei? Like, we talk about her a lot in PC,
OP.
But what does she do for the console scene?
She's really good.
It's the same as PC, I would say.
Yes.
It's the fact that her passive is so strong. You can go back to the base, you can rotate to the right lane, you can easily go back to the dual lane. It's so strong, and I think that's the strongest part of Jingwei is basically her passive.
Is that a fail-safe to make sure Cameron doesn't fall behind as easily in the second game?
It can be, though. Cameron really wasn't behind in the first game to begin with. It's just the ability to power farm, basically. Get those back camps off cooldown. Back, hit your power spikes as easily as possible. Uzi actually jumps into 2 here. He's got the cage down, hammers down for Chaotic Purpose. Fear No Evil coming out, but they're looking at Chaotic Purpose through space and time.
Oh.
Just not quite enough damage to finish off the Thor.
Missed it by the skin of his teeth, but now big fight coming through, comes back into the front.
Wow, that was a wild fight. Oh my god, I barely lived. Yo, that was a wild fight. I gotta take a piss. Be right back, chat. But that was a crazy fight. I could have been more patient on my ult. But dude, that was clean mechanics from Chaos. I mean, from fucking Layers too. The double tap auto cancel on box. Yeah, it's Layers and Baronic.
Chaotic Purpose able to find the kill and not able.
Wait, let's watch that fight back. So he wasn't in trouble. I needed to bait him harder.
Possible. Uzi actually jumps into 2 here. He's got the cage down, hammers down for Chaotic Purpose. Fear No Evil coming out.
We almost kill him, bro. One shot, chat.
Not quite enough damage to finish off the Thor.
And he goes down on the land.
But now, big fight coming through,
and then he goes through the portal after he dunks Uzi. That was actually sick from Layers.
I'm a monster. Chapo gonna be able to saunter away with a sliver of health.
What a sick play there by Chaotic Purpose, going in with 1 HP.
Big balls right there coming out from the Thor, landing down with 5% HP.
Layers such a dog. I love it.
Out of the portal.
That's such a Layers play.
No worries. Really heads up play there. Wisps weren't able to catch him.
I'm happy I got to win a Worlds with Layers.
Looking a lot stronger as far as the actual team fighting scenarios go. Last time, like we said, he looked pretty good in the invading category.
And I'm glad he got so far on PC because he was that good.
That time he didn't make the gank happen. He was just kind of there, and Uzi dared him to fight him basically, but makes the play anyways.
Yeah, I hope we're gonna see Chaotic maybe try to look for the Thors a little bit more. He just used his ult because they were there already, but I want to see him getting their sneaky ganks in instead of just being in the fight already.
Transcendence, full transcendence, and this guy's death toll boots.
The jungler who's reacting is behind, and so I agree with you. I'd like to see Chaotic Purpose take his own initiative.
And I love what the Thing Soar is doing. They're warding the aggressive side of the mid camps, and then they're looking for.
Look at the warding. The warding is really fucking good.
It's really good.
I'd also like to see them put a regular ward right there, just like we just saw, because this gives them vision for Brochacha to potentially find a pool without even walking into the middle lane. Smart ward coverage all around, both in lane and in the jungle.
And also, as we were talking about before, they need to force the beat before the Humbats is really good. So whenever they force that active, they can get some kills with the Humbats.
Chapo, did you really?
Whenever they force that active, they need to force the beat before the Humbats is really good. So whenever they force that active, they can get some kills with the Humbats.
Chapo, did you really just do that? Fear No Evil coming through. Kitchen sucking right into the I'm a Monster Caliber. Looking for a second hit. Not going to find the damage through space and time from the Onyx coming through. Nice double tap. Caliber looking very low. It's
what a pull.
But Dr. L going to get stopped.
What a bounce.
Members of SOAR.
The pull there from Brochacha to stop the chase from
What a pull. What a dunk from Layers too. Holy schmoly.
Coming through. Kitchen sucking right into the I'm a Monster Caliber. Looking for a second hit.
If he landed that, it would have been a different fight. Look at this pull.
Nice double tap. Caliber looking very low. It's very dire, but Dr. L gonna get stopped by 2 members of SOAR.
The pull there from Brochacha to stop the chase from Dr. L, saving his mid laner's life. There's the Wombo combo right there. Fear No Evil, Wrath of Terra, I'm a Monster. That means a dead support. Chapo in some trouble. Double tap through the wall.
Oh shit, dude. They're cooking.
The rend, the damage, it's so much comes through.
And Layers stayed around forever.
SOAR in perfect position to try and take some.
Now they reinvade speed. Bro, this is so much more fun than watching the last 2 or 3 years of SPL. No cap, no cope, no cap.
Gets both of these buffs, they're gonna get a slight comeback. Oh, he actually hocked it. That's sad, but they will still get maybe 1 buff. Aussie will stay there. He wants his buff for
He does, but Chaotic Purpose.
Yeah, 9.5. Everyone just slaps each other on the ass and then go hit your camps.
World Weaver still on cooldown from Stormy Rays, so he's not worried about that global ultimate. You can see Uzi looking for it, but now Uzi is completely out of mana. He's in a bunch of trouble here.
The double tap hurt, but so does the jump coming out from Dr. L. Nike doing numbers, but not enough to take down the Odin.
And what happened in that fight is something I want to talk about, because the Khepri is really good against different guys, but against Nuke like Scylla, you can get one shot. Not only yourself, but your teammate can get one shot, so you can't really react to it. So you really got to think ahead when you're playing Khepri in this game, because if you see the Scylla in his ultimate or about to use his 2, you need to pre-ult way before.
And it's just such a tough position because Khepri's unlike any other Guardian, because you have to be so far away from your team behind them usually, because like I mentioned, Fear No Evil is going to be a heat-seeking missile for this Khepri. That's who they're going to be looking to use Fear No Evil on, and when you're CC'd like that, you can't use that ultimate like you mentioned. And so every other Guardian, you're usually in front. You're trying to protect everyone else. But here you're trying to protect yourself, and that can be difficult to kind of switch back and forth.
Basically, Khepri is just a peeling god, and then whenever people is going in on your teammates, you're just going to get some distance and then get ready to ult, basically. So yeah.
Aggressive positioning coming out from Soar. They sniffed over at the Gold Fury just to clear out a ward that had been previously cleared out by the enemy team, but Uzi and Dr. L still going at it, not really going to be able to do too much to each other, especially with the jumping abilities.
You can see Dr. L looking to interrupt that, but now that his jump is down, Uzi locks down the cage. The big shield, though, the knock up, the I'm a monster. There it is, the Capri save.
There it is. Shaliber still able.
There it is, the Capri save.
Wow, nice crush from Shaliber. I didn't even see that.
You can see Dr. L looking to interrupt that, but now that his jump is down, Uzi locks down the cage. The big shield, though, the knock up, the I'm a monster. There it is, the Capri save.
There it is. Shaliber still able to find Dr. L, but the Capri with the save still absolutely
I needed to hold it after the
Uzi
beads.
barely missing.
But I don't think I would have been in position.
Unstable Vortex to the face. Either way, Soar putting on the pressure onto this tier 1 tower.
And that's how you draw it up for Kenshin. He played that perfectly right there. Now Shaliber actually caught up all by himself. Root from Brochacho there to help him. Now Kenshin's the one caught. Dashes out of the bird bomb nicely. Cameron making the rotation. Brochacho all by himself in the middle lane, but the rest of Aware just not there to follow up.
No, right now they just want whatever they can get, and that's the jungle. So they can't really get kills because they know Aware is gonna hide on the tower. So they're like, whatever, you can get left alone, and we'll just take your jungle and go farm again.
And this is, again, Soar being proactive. Aware has felt very reactive to me in this entire set. Early on in game 1, it was them pushing the pace, invading the speed buff, looking aggressive, and that's when they had their lead. That's no coincidence.
Also, last game it was Chapo getting all the kills and really hyper carrying this game. This time it's
What's up,
Shaliber,
Box?
so it's gonna be interesting to see whether he can use this lead and really carry his team like Chapo did last game.
I think the influence from the Humbots probably helps with that too, just being a part of every single kill that Shaliber has been able to obtain for himself.
It's the Hunbat's Scylla setup as the Sylvanos Scylla setup. It's sort of the same, it does the same, and yeah, that's why they've been in so many kills.
And that's the dream right there, is just working together, mid-jungle combination, mid-jungle support combination to get ahead in the mid lane on your hyper carries. That's exactly how you want it to happen. Cameron actually going aggressive here on to 2, continuing to go in. That's because Through Space and Time is on the way.
Got 2 in the tower, though. He's getting aggressive. Here comes Chaotic Purpose. Kenshin able to take out the Chacho, and now Stormy Rays walks right into the sun. Going to take a little bit of damage over time, enough to keep him from backing for a couple of seconds.
They realize that the Scylla is rotating, so they're backing off. I love the call. They got what they wanted, and now they're just backing off, looking what else they can get.
Shaliber trying to get a little bit of extra poke.
You're
Again,
watching him.
I mean,
you're watching him, Messi.
Be the aggressors. Now it's Cameron getting aggressed on, using agility to dash away. Great body block there from Kenshin.
Real support.
Eating that World Weaver.
Right. That was really well played by the Kepri there, body block, and that really probably saved him right there.
Chapo still going aggressive in this left-hand side. 4 members of Aware are here. Dr. L, rather, has the Wrath available. They could be Aware looking at the Gold Fury.
Cameron getting out. At that point, you know you're done goofed. That opens up a lot of space for Sword to try and take aggression onto this Gold Fury, but not going to take it quite yet.
Yeah, we are around the 12-minute mark, and that's actually where we want to look for the Gold Fury, and we also see Aware now warding up for it and looking for picks.
Kenshin is the focus right now. Scarab's Blessing early, like you said, Tricks, but it's Soar being very, very patient. There's the Fear No Evil. Kenshin not going to find it, but it's going to be a kill on the backside for Aware.
The patience is absolutely amazing. Shaliber not able to find the kill with his ultimate. Instead, Cameron giving chase, but right into Uzi. Shaliber still finding the revenge, but Chaotic Purpose with the dunk able to take out Shaliber. Chapo able to jump over Uzi.
Nice root and dunk there.
Giving chase, but right into Uzi. Shaliber still finding the revenge, but Chaotic Purpose with the dunk able to take out Shaliber. Chapo able to jump away, but Uzi finding that revenge kill.
Now Dr. L finds a 2-man Wrath, looking for the Valiant Leap over the red buff, but Uzi's still chasing him. No other kills are going to happen though. 3 for 2 in favor of Soar.
And so sad for Aware right there that they had the go for your aggro at the whole fight.
So close there for.
They got a few picks. They want to get the war.
I feel that,
box.
Box.
I think right now they want to get the Go Fury, but they need the ADC to be able to take that down.
And it's a good thing that we saw Dr. L use his Wrath then. If Soar's looking for the Gold Fury, Uzi has his available, and there's really not a lot of burst on the side of Aware to try and contest that.
In a fight like that, it's pretty hard to see if you used Hawk or not, so Soar might not be aware, but if they are, they're definitely going to look for the Go Fury, and they're not, it seems like, so they probably don't know.
Not quite yet, at least, but 13 minutes and 7 seconds, 5-6 read the kill. Soar keeping a slight lead over Aware. It looked a little bit dire to begin with, but Aware slowly pulling back these numbers.
And that's kind of the opposite of what you expect with how good the late game was for Soar in the 3v3 composition, as well as the fact that they had that super late game composition last game and were able to pull ahead right around this time on the game clock. This time Aware definitely starting it off a little bit better, and that's exactly what I was talking about. It's just taking the initiative and doing it on your own.
Now, in order to keep this up, though, they're going to have to eventually turn their sights to objectives. We didn't see that as much with Aware last game. They cannot ignore them this time.
Yeah, but right now it's all Soar. They're having the jungle control, and they really can't do anything about it. They're a little bit ahead. Shaliber is just out of control with the Sylvanas to set him up. They can't go in there.
Very, very difficult. 4-1-1 right now for Shaliber, top of the team in player damage, but it's actually Cameron on top of the leaderboards in general. He's gone for this very early game build. Chapo going in the mid lane.
Veronic going back into the depths of the tower for safety, but Chaotic Purpose gonna get rooted, gonna get crushed. Khepri ultimate is gonna keep him from being.
If I'm in ranked, I'm guaranteed 3 ink that.
I'm actually surprised because the Khepri's doing really good. Kenshin's making some really good ults. It's just not really paying off. But
not quite enough.
Doing a good
Respect
job.
Veronic for holding beads
Not quite
there.
enough damage yet
I didn't know the
Aware.
damage back then.
You've got some good mid-game damage.
That's
dealers
actually
who
a
have
sick
to
push
get
away
a little bit
to
farther
start
along
it.
Until those are really being effective.
You take that red camp, Cameron. Meanwhile, Soar are taking the Gold Fury. Nobody's close enough. Soar gonna be able to
Oh
take
my.
it. Stormy Rays.
What?
Soar are taking the Gold Fury.
He hogged, so they were guaranteed with hog.
Nobody's.
Wait, that was actually so clean. Look at the timing of when he's TPing in so that we can pull this, knowing that his hog would secure. Like, wow, that timing is very nice. Like, look, we push him out, right? We push him out with my ult mid. I get Khepri ult. I get Thor's really one, and Janna's back.
Get any further though.
I'm actually surprised because the Khepri's doing really good. Kenshin's making some really good ults.
So right now we're calling him like, Ozzy, can you come? He's like, yeah, after the wave, after the wave.
But
Not quite enough.
Doing a good job as a Khepri.
Have a ward.
Just not quite enough damage yet for Aware is what I would say.
And then the
Got
tanking
some-
is nice.
you got some good
Tank on
mid-game
Stormy,
damage dealers, but you have to
twos.
get a little bit farther along until those are really
Then he
being effective.
backflips, sends up the
Take that
root,
red camp,
switches to
Cameron.
me, switches to
Meanwhile,
Sylvanas.
Soar are taking the Gold
Heal.
Fury. Nobody's close enough. Soar gonna be able to take it.
Where
And
did he
Stormy Rays erasing Chaotic Purpose. He wasn't even there for a full second.
It just disappears completely. Stormy Rays also gonna pick up the double, finds Veronic. Cameron boxing for his life in the boar camp. Nowhere to go. Sanctuary will buy him a bit of time, but it's Stormy Rays picking up the triple
Stormy
kill.
went crazy
What a
there.
call coming out from Soar. They're really good. They realize they have the war controller on the go free. Go for it, easy save. The fact that Thor dunks down to a Scylla 2 and gets exploded, one-shot it basically only makes it better.
It was the fact that the Stormy Rays had that weave on the ground. Chaotic
Exactly.
Purpose landed in it. You shoot the Spirit Arrow, and it just boom, there he goes.
Goodbye.
Aware need to take a note from this. Soar went and got some stuff. After the stuff, they took down that left side tower. Tier 1 is down, and now the minions knocking at the Tier 2. Fourth.
Typical late game hunter.
Oh no.
15 minutes, that's Neith's perfect spot, and you can see exactly why. Just doing so much damage with those abilities.
The Jingwei might have started to try solo underneath, but now when the Neith is one level ahead, he's actually going to be able to.
I'm 1-1 and 8, bro.
Very difficult to fight back into that. Ozzy taking a lot.
Everybody's part of the team
He doesn't
fights. That's
care.
awesome.
He's gonna knock down this T1 tower all by himself while Chapo steals away that speed buff. Dr. L boxing with his right-hand side. There's Fear No Evil. Is he going to be able to get off Sentinel of Zeus? He will. Big shield there.
Chaotic Purpose coming in for the stun, but the cage is still up and they can't get away because the jump is down. Instead, Soar gonna go ahead and back off. They don't want to lose any casualties like Stormy Rays here in just a second.
And that's what I was talking about.
That's
The
what you were talking
Jingwei
about.
power versus the Neith is so strong.
I'm a monster off the mark there for Shaliber. Big bird bomb onto Kenshin, who still has his ultimate available. There it is. There's the revive, but the bad news for you is you're in a bad spot still. Ozzy able to pick up the support.
You ain't going nowhere, buddy. Odin's still chasing Veronic as well. The Sanctuary has been popped. They're happy with that. They're gonna back off because they got a jungle to go through.
That is such good news for Aware, though, that Cameron's able to make that big play on the left-hand side. That's exactly what Aware needed. They get the kill, they get the tower. Cameron is the shining hope right now for Aware.
I'm so confused though. How are you able to solo a Neith that's like 1.5k ahead? one level up. Even though you're Xingwei, you're in the counter matchup, you still shouldn't be able to do that. I think Stormy was out of position and he just misplayed that situation.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. You can see Aussie being picked up by both hunters, an item that most hunters have really gone away from in recent patches. Why do you think that is, Trix?
Oh, I want to talk about something else first, actually, because...
Please, be my guest, Trix.
Okay, good, because I just noticed it. Because the Scylla went into the Soul Reaver instead of the Book of Tooth. And I don't know how I like that. You will be good right now, but later on you'll get more power with the Book of Tooth. So I don't know about the pickup.
You might not like it, but I certainly do. This is the best build from Eager. This is what he goes for consistently. It is the most damage that you can get in 3 items on your first rotation of skills. It's a very, very efficient, though Soul Reaver is expensive. It's all about getting that first explosion, and that's exactly what Scylla's all about. I like this build from Shaliber. He's saying that he's in a good spot right now. He doesn't need to worry about later as much. That Soul Reaver's still going to be impactful. Speaking of impactful, a huge crit coming out of Chapo, picks up Chaotic Purpose. Baronic's next on his list.
Wait a second, chat. I'm kind of giving him the hum bots.
Exactly what Scylla's all about. I like this build from Shaliber. He's
Look
saying
at that
that
ward.
he's in a good spot right now. He doesn't need to worry about later as much. That Soul Reaver's still going to be impactful. Speaking of impactful, a huge crit coming out of Chapo, picks up Chaotic Purpose. Baronic's next on his list.
There really wasn't much to cast there because he was there and then he was gone.
Poof. Shaliber taking the aggressive route underneath the tier 2 tower. Forces the ultimate out of Dr. L. Sentinel Zeus pops.
Look at that
Huge
shield. Holy
fuck
fuck,
sure Soar can't chase him anymore.
But Soar are in the perfect position. They're going to clear out these minions. They can go into the lower jungle once again, or they can start taking more towers. Instead, they're going to go ahead and back off. Don't want to get too aggressive.
Shaliber and Chapo
Back when boss had
really,
damage.
like, shining these 2 games. Literally shining. Shaliber especially this game, but Chapo being so aggressive. He's always in the back line, diving and whatsoever.
And it just feels like so momentum to be like, Shaliber usually won't Sentinel under a tier 2 tower to dive a solo laner, but when you're doing this well, he's just feeling himself. Look at his positioning right now. There's no one near him. This is pure confidence from the mid laner.
He is daring everyone to try and come, and Dr. L took the bait. Gonna get knocked up. Gonna be forced to jump, get pulled instead.
Nice dash.
Purpose gonna whip. Nobody's gonna get stuck in there. The cage is good. I'm a monster. Not enough to take down Dr. L, but the crush will take out Chaotic Purpose. I feel like I've seen this 3 times.
Cameron forced to use Airstrike to get away from the Odin solo lane. Kenshin
Where my boys go?
Chapo, who is chasing down
Where my boys go?
Take out Chaotic Purpose. I feel like I've seen this 3 times.
Are we all chasing?
Cameron forced to use Airstrike to get away from the Odin solo lane. Kenshin does pick up Chapo, who is chasing down the very low health Dr. L, 1-for-1 right now in the fight.
Chapo finally getting punished for his aggressiveness. Overall, it was a good call invading because they need to keep up their lead, but Chapo being a little bit too aggressive made it not a good trade.
Dr. L TPing back in under this tier 2 tower is going to force the rest of Soar on the retreat. Shaliber still looking to play aggressive though. He's just trying to make plays out here, man.
I mean, that kill was a little bit of a slap on the hand, but Soar, they're momentum based. They don't care. 1 kill dropping for this trade versus the 7 to 12, 20 minutes in. That they don't care, but they are going to care about Aware in just a second. Fire Giant being aggressed on.
That is a fun ball call right now.
Oh, yeah.
Trix. Going for the Fire Giant when the rest of Soar backs. I love the idea. Wrath is not available for Nike though, so this is very, very risky.
And they're stuck. They're stuck in this
Oh
cage.
my
The Fire
Lord.
Giant is just absolutely bodying them.
Rest in
Ozzy comes
peace.
in, cleans up Cameron, and now they're looking for Kenshin next.
The Fire Giant did all the work there on Cameron.
Exactly.
Let's be real. Ozzy just got a kill.
Oh!
That's nice.
Okay. All right. Okay, Baronic. I see
That was
you,
hot.
dude. I see you.
Wow.
That was a really good shutdown kill as well. It's on Shaliber.
Yeah, that's worth a lot of gold right now, as well as maybe telling Shaliber to calm it down. With
Yeah.
where
Slow
he is
your
on the
roll,
map.
buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was definitely the fumble call, because if that was a fumble call, the Fire Giant would have been done and the game would have been turned around.
Very true. Funball, the master of the sneak Fire Giant whenever Orbit is behind. Just the fact that Nike's Wrath was down was the big deterrent for me. I think that could have really gone their way. It was only Shaliber who was able to stick around, but then the teleport
Yeah, it is
from
season 3
as well, who also has the Wrath, just a little bit too risky for Aware to continue on that.
As the game progresses, now that we have Nike in this console, console scene. Her passive, when it's fully active, what is that going to be able to do for Aware, and is that going to be enough to help turn this game around?
It very well could, but we're a ways off from seeing that because remember that one of the goals is the fact that you need to have 10 kills as well as having 2 gods on your team hit level 20.
Philip, this is when
You're absolutely right, Tiger.
got second place at Worlds on the console 2017.
Such a big boon of movement speed and power.
Chaotic Purpose, be careful. The last 3 times you did this, it did not work well for you.
I mean, this is the first time Chaotic is actually looking for a Thord, and he's going straight back. It's pretty sad that he's not looking for more. I think he's playing way too passive here in lane.
I don't remember Tiptoe.
Tiger said, though, every time he's done it, he's just gotten exploded. He's 4 levels down to Chapo. Uzi using the cage right now just to zone everyone away. Another Gold Fury going to go the way of Soar, their second of the match.
These graphs are just going to look like this gigantic mountain that Aware are going to have to try and climb. And right now, it's not looking too great for them. 22 minutes and 22 seconds in.
Look at Chapo just jumping.
I went for mouse and keyboard.
Damn, you know, I'm just going in.
Kenshin gets pulled back in by Brochacho. Sacred Monkey out to get a little bit of poke. In fact, teleports in and does half of Veronic's health.
Of course he teleports in.
You just assume
like
he's going to teleport in.
All right.
No big deal.
It's aggressive Chapo coming through, and now the rest of the team getting aggressive. Fear No Evil coming through. Chaotic Purpose getting chunked once again, but that was the Sanctuary. That was the Keprio, but not enough to save Cameron from Stormy Rays.
Dr. L on the backline. Veronic snipes Shaliber again. Are you kidding me? 2 in a row. Shaliber falls. Dr. L and Veronic still here fighting. Shell pop by Brochacho. Cage is laid down by Uzi. Everyone's fighting in the ring. They're all looking at the Nike.
Cage fight not working out in Dr. L's favor. Stormy Ray is going to be able to take that kill, but fool me once, buddy. You're still getting absolutely bodied with that ultimate coming through. Soar looking for these kills or just to chase them off. Take down this tier 2 Chaotic. What are you doing, buddy?
He's looking for it. Not able to find it. Does get 2 relics, though, out of Stormy Ray's. Veronic
Wait, this is so sick, bro.
Like an assassin. Veronic just saved that team fight completely.
Oh, yeah.
Shaliber isn't killed. They're able to find the Phoenix there.
The only reason why Aware was just got a little bit out of that is because Veronic not only hit his ultimate, but also hit his other spells.
Very, very strong fight from Veronic there. And even though I said that he likes to play these all-in characters, which is true, the Zeus, the Hopwa, the other character we saw him have a lot of success on at the fall finals was Raw, a snipe-oriented character, and you can see how much that's paid off. Maybe not at the Fire Giant one, let's be real. I play a lot of Giannis, that's all luck, whenever that happens. But right there, that was, you could see wherever he was aiming it, looking for Shaliber, and that's the right target to be going after if you're aware.
And now when the Gold Fury is down, it's going to be interesting to see where Soar is going to go. I'm not sure they have the Sylvanas to sustain, and they might be able to siege down the 2 towers that's left, but I think they're going to look for the Fire Giant instead.
I think I'd rather see them push down that right-hand tier 2 tower, really go and try and force Aware to fight you, because you want to take it a fight wherever you're not going to have that risk of losing the Fire Giant and allowing Aware back into the game. It's a little bit safer to go underneath that tower than it is to kind of dance around the
But Soar is way better in lane than they are jungle.
I mean,
that's because of the globals they have on the
I don't know about that.
So I think it's a good idea just taking the fight to the lane, siege down the tower because they have the Sylvanas to heal as well. So just do that.
Very good point, as well as the fact that in the jungle, hold that thought. Where did Dr. L just go?
Wait, how much damage?
Just do that.
Very good point, as well as the fact that in the jungle, hold that
Through
thought. Where did
into
Dr.
ult.
L just go? Needs that big shield from Sentinel of Zeus. Meanwhile, Fear No Evil, I heard it off in the distance. Chapo zoning them away, eats about half of his HP, but like you said, Trix, you've got the Sylvanas to sustain.
Exactly, and the shield there was huge for the Nike there, and just basically surviving because of that. And again, they're still fighting in the jungle though. I'm not sure it's a good idea because they can collapse in it, but then again, Chaotic haven't used his ult properly this game.
They're waiting for one more comfortable pick so they can go and safely take this Fire Giant. Ultimate coming through from the Scylla, not going to be enough, and Kenshin ultimates himself. Chaotic Purpose whipping once again back into the fight inside the cage. There he goes, same story.
Just not the game for Chaotic Purpose right now, and this is when you need your stars to perform the most. Your backs are against the wall, you're ready to go to the finals. You need your star players to play like stars, and we just haven't seen it for Chaotic.
There is a situation where you should kill a guy with Keprio on, and sometimes you should.
Yo, Deathbringer, Hydras, Han bots.
Shaliber forced to use Sanctuary, though. A lot of damage coming out from Cameron. Rend doing some work. Snipe again. Oh, so close.
I got scared. I got really scared, but not as scared as Dr. L getting taken out by Chapo. The ultimate coming through very loud and clear. Soar grouped up once again. Not going to be able to find a return kill for Chapo, but that does mean the right side of the map is open to go back to that Fire Giant.
And the sustain is doing so much for Soul right now. They're still looking at like 70% HP, all of them, if not 100. So they're just going to take this Fire Giant easily.
Ozzy has that Wrath. Yeah, can we take a look at the player healing, actually, for Brochacho, because you're right, Trix, have been absolutely monumental. 12,000 player healing. That is so much.
Oh my god, that's a crit!
That was
I missed my...
Veronica barely getting by. Oh my god.
700 crit!
That was gigantic.
FG Titan's Bane. 7% crit chance, I crit. Let's go. I missed it 3, I would have killed him.
Teams Aware is just crumbling under the pressure Soul's giving. Chapo is just playing too cocky to what Aware can deal with.
Just so aggressive, and that's so it gets in your head. You think you can't be anywhere on the map without Chapo being there to fight you. And when you're getting hit for 700 off one auto attack, you can't go anywhere.
But I'm still surprised they haven't taken a little bit more advantage of Chapo's early aggressiveness, because he's jumping in every time. And when he doesn't have to jump, just collapse on the guy, you know, just jump on him, use all your ultimates on him, and he's dead.
But that's the problem with the Ware's draft, is where's their main burst coming from? Veronic needs to use through space.
Man, I miss those numbers.
Exactly. Really big damage numbers. It's been Cameron who's been trying to put out those numbers, but it's been him. He's been the focus, basically, of Chapo with those Fear No Evils.
But they kind of needed an engage on the support, and that's what I think they're really lacking, because whenever Chapo is engaging, they don't have another engage to engage on him.
But on the other hand, Kenshin has saved so many lives that they'd be in a potentially even worse spot without that Scarab's Blessing ultimate.
Yeah, but on the same time,
Eric's build is awesome.
Job, but he's just not
Aura,
enough in this game, or even
increase healing.
He should be looking for those ganks or the counter engages as Chapo is bringing.
28 minutes is looking pretty dire for Aware. 9-17. Experience and gold has now passed 10,000 each.
And look at that.
10,000 each plus.
Look at that player damage right now for Chapo. All 23,000, surpassing Shaliber and Stormy Rays. Stormy Rays picked up that Odysseus bow, and I like that pickup here. Not electing to go for any crit chance, just going for pure team fight damage with that build.
I like the fact they backed off of this tower to Aware. No, they're not going to be able to stand up to it there. They'd rather fight in their home base with that Phoenix.
And not only that, but Chapo's on the right-hand side, so if there is an engage, this is the time right now. You've got to try and fight this. There it is, through space and time.
Through space and time, coming through.
They force it because I'm in right. I'm like, live, guys, live.
Not there for the rest of the team. Dr. L in the back line, but not able to find the interrupt that he needs to be. He's not being that nuisance.
And Aware would now wasted all their ultimates, so they're going to be able to easily siege us down, and the Hubat is also taking down the right Phoenix.
Got the right Phoenix almost. One more auto will do it. He's going to try and trade into him.
Gosh.
Are you kidding me, Chapo? 535 erases Cameron.
They left him completely alone. He took the tower, he took the Phoenix, and now Soar are looking to take the last one and possibly the Titan.
And Odin is so good in this sieging as well, because he has his shield, so they're going to be able to easily take the Titan now.
Fear No Evil still available for Chapo as well. They're looking for it. Soar Gaming looking to go to the finals. Chaotic Purpose Res right into the Fear No Evil.
It's a nice play coming through, but it's not going to be enough. Soar have completely surrounded this Titan. With a couple of more hits, it's going to be...
Yeah, look how high we are, bro. That's so awesome. Look at Eric's reaction.
It's a nice play coming through, but it's not going to be enough. Soar have completely surrounded this Titan. With a couple of more hits, it's going to be Soar Gaming moving on to the to the console Smite finals.
That's awesome.
I mean, I've seen a lot of things in PC, but a guy like Chapo, like, holy, you know the word,
yeah.
But he is playing so aggressive, but he's doing it so well, so calculated. Sometimes a little bit of luck. The crits might be lucky, like in the last trade here.
Just a bit.
But still, he's doing it so well, and he's doing it time to time.
And it's not only that, but it's the shot calling. It's the ability to move his team around the map, know where they need to be at all times, and just the confidence. I mean, like you said, sure, the crits are a little lucky, but you got to have the confidence that they're coming for you whenever you're throwing that ability. Chapo just played absolutely lights out. out.
That's
But
awesome.
on the same time as well, you
Good
have
days.
Bertaccio, who's playing as aggressive, and he's going to help him out if he's in a bad position. But Chapo is like unstoppable anyways. He's going to go way further back.
I mean, every single person on Sword deserves a shout out, really. Shaliber had a great early game on Scylla. We saw Stormy Rays make a lot of plays, then get soloed, but we don't have to really talk about that.
Allegiance and what?
Certainly has been quite the series for Soar. This squad looks dominant on another level. The way that they've been playing. You know, Zaxi, I want to start with you here. The Chapo show, if we want to call it that. He's just been a superstar.
I mean, that's what it was. You saw Chapo literally just going in, picking someone out, and just taking them out. With those huge crits you saw at the end, he 1v1 Cameron, a late game Jingwei on their right Phoenix, and soloed him. And he was just doing whatever he wanted around the map, and that is when Chapo is at his scariest. He shot calls so well, moves around the map so well, and it spells disaster for the enemy team.
And this is the replay with the Hunbats, and it doesn't matter if it's the Ao Kuang or the Hunbats to get those crits. He's always going to make a big impact for Sword. He is the key to Sword Gaming's success, and he is the reason they won 2-0, and he is the reason they made it to the finals.
Well, the good news is we're going to hear
look at those
from
controller
the man
scuff
himself. Chapo is down on the stage.
Dude, listen to
with
the interview.
Rain Day. Take
I
it
don't
away.
know what's about to happen, but
Chapo, you know, you're one of the few people in this arena that's actually shorter than me. But I feel like you make up for it in the arms right here, buddy. You're gunned out. Look at this stuff. Show the ladies in Twitch chat. That's all the hot chicks in Twitch chat.
I love Raid Day, bro. I miss Raid Day so much, bro.
Hunboss, things went well for
My
you.
boy on Apex.
Yeah, I mean, the Hunboss was good. Honestly, I feel like the MVP of those games was my support, but, you know, I just followed up.
So you're talking about your teammates being so key to your success. How do you guys take the mentality of playing as a team into your games?
Yeah,
your practices,
I follow.
your preparation
Rain
for
Day,
this event?
when I watch Apex.
Well, we have to have the same mentality. You got to be hungry. If your teammates aren't hungry,
Wait, let me
no, I just...
Hey, listen, dude.
Up for it in the arms right here, buddy. You're gunned out. Look at this stuff. Show the ladies in Twitch chat. That's all the hot chicks in Twitch chat. Dude, great
Fucking
game,
Rain
great
Day.
stuff. Hunboss, things went well
Those
for you.
are the
and your
good
team.
days.
Yeah, I mean, the Hunboss was good. Honestly, I feel like the MVP of those games was my support, but, you know, I just followed up.
So you're talking about your teammates being so key to your success. How do you guys take the mentality of playing as a team into your games, into your practices,
miss
your
Rain Day.
preparation for this event?
Well, we have to have the same mentality. You got to be hungry. If your teammates aren't hungry, I mean, for me, just don't even play. Don't practice, don't show up. If everyone is, you know, the same and hungry, you'll do whatever it takes to, you know, be number one.
It seems like you have the drive. It seems like you guys are syncing, clicking. It's the last game of the event. It's kind of lonely here, but it is lonely at the top. You guys are in the finals now. Only 2 teams are going to be there. How are you feeling going into the finals?
I feel like it's probably going to be a 3-0, the way we're playing. I feel really good, feel comfortable playing with my team right now. Just everything feels smooth.
Awesome, man. Is this your first HRX?
Yeah, I mean, I came, but never played.
Awesome. How's it feel?
Feels great. Feels amazing. Dream.
The dream. All right, man. Well,
The dream.
congratulations on going to the finals. We look forward to seeing you in the next couple of days. All right, give it up for Chapo here. All 3 of them. All right, that's going to do it for us to wrap up